everyone.
Oh, what
Good
is
evening.
this?
Hello.
There is something wrong with this setup.
Yeah, I'm here.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Hello.
Today's episode is brought to you by lynda.com, Squarespace, and NatureBox. Thank you, sponsors. You can see them up top.
Muchas gracias.
I'm Barbara. I'm not Gus.
No,
I'm Chris.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Lindsay. Also not Gus.
Also not Gus.
Thank God. I think we're way hairier.
I think I thank God
Do we
for
have
that
to
every
call
day.
you Gus anyway because you're
No,
in
you
that
can.
seat?
Go for it, yeah.
All right.
I'd like to believe I'm in Japan. Right? Is he still there? He might have come back.
I think they just left Japan.
That was awesome.
They're going to, I think, Hawaii now?
Hmm. Yeah, he's been
What an
traveling a lot.
asshole.
It's his anniversary. He deserves
Okay,
it.
I'll allow
can
it
roll.
then. I'll allow the amazing trip.
Lovable asshole.
How long have they been married?
I want to say like 8 or 9 years.
Yeah, it's been
Okay.
quite some time. Yeah.
Something around
But
there.
it's not like one of
Gus is
those
probably
cool.
watching it now.
It's not like it's not a 10-year one type thing. Right?
No.
No, nothing.
So what you're saying is that he needs to raise the stakes
Yeah.
next
Well,
year?
it's setting a really high
It's
precedent.
just going to
like,
Hawaii. It's
Next-
nothing
it's just-
special.
not-
Next year they're going to space.
Yeah.
No, God. No,
Mars
I think if Gus went to
anniversary,
space, he would
yeah.
stay there.
That would be pretty cool.
Never come back.
Gus would absolutely leave.
Do you think Gus would be the type of person who goes and stays in one of those ice hotels?
Yeah. Have you seen those? I don't know if you. Yeah.
I mean, I've
Josh
seen them in
Flanagan
James
went to one.
Bond.
they are amazing. Yeah.
How would that be like a comfortable stay?
They
It
give
is
you
I have no
coats.
idea.
Yeah. And
There's-
everything's covered in fur. I know that. They have like fur laid out on top of the ice. So obviously you're not like freezing, you're literally freezing your ass
Literally.
off as you sit. Yeah. But I'd like to try it out.
It's one of those things too where because every room is like an exhibit.
Yeah.
You don't have any privacy type thing. During the day, people come in like.
Yeah, do you
look-
sleep there?
Yeah, you sleep there.
It's
I
a
mean,
hotel.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be a hotel. It'd just be an ice castle.
But it's just like it's a completely open room.
No, it's like they have rooms in the like individual little ice.
There's like a commonplace area though. Yeah,
You
that's what he's talking
but,
about.
But then during
The
the,
lobby?
day,
Yeah.
all the rooms are open for people to wander because they're all like art exhibits,
Yeah.
essentially made of ice.
Each like hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like to me like a Disney World kind of scenario where it's like they have different themes. Like here's the France room and here's the Germany room.
It's,
No, that's what they
except
do,
it goes
though.
like this.
Really?
They do
Here's the
have
ice
themes.
room.
That's awesome.
Here's the ice room.
Here's the Canada
Here's
room.
the ice room.
This one got a little hot, so it's the water room today.
I just want to know what it's like if you take off the fur from the bed and it's just like an ice bed, and it's like that probably be very interesting to have sexual relations on. It's just like slide,
Except
slide,
the,
slide.
Well,
here's
and
the,
the
here's the
thing, too,
problem
like, you
is
get
that like
hard,
if
you
it's
get
anything
soft, you
like
get
your
hard, you get
tongue
soft.
and everything
That's
just like
what I was gonna say.
something's all like, oh god, someone call room service, I'm stuck.
Wait, which part of
Just
you?
have a crew dedicated with
I
like
got-
chisels come along.
Which part is
I
stuck?
got really thirsty. I tried to lick my bed. It didn't work.
Anything that gets well.
Anything that gets
Don't
moist.
work, Chris.
Go on,
Go
Chris.
No. I'm gonna be a gentleman.
No, Chris. You're on the
Drink
ladies
some more,
podcast
drink some
here.
more, and then tell us what you were gonna say.
Ashley and I were talking about it. We were like, okay, I don't know if it's just us or like stereotypically, but I feel like for like a lot of the females in this office, we get really sexual way before the males do.
Way
We're the ones who
before.
are like, dicks. Absolutely. Let's talk about them right now.
Yeah.
Does that mean that we're repressed or
I don't know.
like super liberated?
I think it just means we hang out with a lot of guys.
We hang out with a
it
lot
might
of dicks.
just be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like I'm permanently 10.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think
Yeah.
buttholes are the funniest thing in the world.
I still think fart humor is pretty funny. People don't like
Why
it.
do you think I
Yeah,
draw
I'm cool
dicks
with
on
it.
everything all
My
the time?
one of my big problems as a person is that every time I fart, instead of excusing myself, I go.
Yes, it's awesome. And
So
then you
if
have
I'm
to
just
catch
walking
yourself.
along
oh.
and giggle to myself, you know that I just like farted.
Ashley let out a toot.
Yes. I enjoy when you're in a mass crowd and you're like, I really have to fart. And then you do it, you're like, no one knows. And it's like a spy mission.
It is
yeah.
like it is
Yes.
a secret, like
It is.
a secret to everyone kind of thing.
And then you walk away and like maybe like 5 feet away, you're like, oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Oh, who was
Someone
that?
had Aang.
The only problem is if you have to let loose like a real loud one and you forget you're wearing headphones.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like good. You're like no one heard. I didn't hear it. And then everyone's just like,
There's definitely been times each year in our office where I take off my headphones. I'm like, did anyone hear that? Okay, good. No.
See, I sometimes do it accidentally when I'm falling asleep and my muscles are relaxing.
Sleep farts are the worst.
And then, but it's always when I'm in bed with someone.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
it's just like,
Brittany's a-
well, oh, you're asleep. Okay, good.
Love all of me, baby.
Brittany
Every
says
bit.
that the spooning with me is like roulette, like Russian roulette, because I like every now and again he's like, come in here, and I go, and I just like fart on his leg.
You're just warming his crotch up.
It's real. I think it's
Yeah.
romantic.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's talking about like needing a little air down there.
Exactly.
And I provide that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's airy.
There's something to be said about being comfortable enough with someone that you can fart on them.
Yeah.
I
There
agree.
is definitely a point. I know, like
oh, that's so sweet. We reached that level.
Aaron doesn't.
And then you just like make out afterwards. You're like, wonderful.
Aaron doesn't want to hear me fart, and he doesn't want to fart around me, and I don't know.
That's
what that
Meg
says
and
about
Gavin.
us.
They're like that too. They use separate bathrooms.
You
They're
know
like,
what?
Oh, wow.
Honestly,
Yeah.
here's the weird thing: is Bernie's like that too. He doesn't fart around me, and he uses a separate bathroom when he needs to poop.
Well, like I can understand the poop. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's just common. That's fucking common courtesy.
You
all
don't
right?
want someone smelling your
No one likes
business.
that. But when people were like, "Oh, that's so weird," like if I was taking a shower and Michael comes in and brushes his teeth at the same time, whatever. Who cares? People
Sure.
tweeted us of like, "Oh no, that's weird." You
What?
gotta have yeah, they
Me
were like,
showering
That's
while
a
you're
shared.
brushing your
That's a
teeth?
shared life, and honestly, that's also probably him trying to get some sneaky peeks.
maybe, yeah.
But it's also like
Yeah.
showering. You're not doing something gross. That's,
No.
if anything, it's
Well,
It would
the
be weird.
cleanest thing.
I mean,
Depends on how
would
dirty
you
I am.
shower while like? Would you take a dump while he's in the shower?
No, that's awful. That's
Yeah.
like trapping
That's
him in
that's
it.
yeah.
And it's
Right.
already steamy, so it's
Right, so
circulating.
it's like,
yeah,
it's
that's
like
the
making the
worst.
smell that much worse.
That is
That's
the
a James
worst.
Bond villain killing right
Yeah.
there.
Is there anything worse than farting in a bathtub?
Oh no.
For some
that's worse.
reason, the
It
smell.
makes-
that's
it
the
makes it
best-
so
that's
wet.
The funniest.
No,
thing.
but the smell. For some reason, it smells even worse.
It
when
Chris
you
does.
do
just
it.
described that as
absolutely
the
does.
best. Go
And
on.
yeah, it's just funny.
I wonder too, though, if it's because like you're relaxing, and then it's all contained and comes up all together right here,
You got all the bubbles.
and then it actually goes straight up into your nostrils.
It's a concentrated blast. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I understand.
But you like it, Chris?
Well, I think it's if you're gonna fart, the funniest place to do it is in water.
Now
Yeah.
I'm just picturing you in a bathtub with all the candles lit and like the lights are dim, and all of a sudden it's just like,
Yeah.
Good work, Chris.
like Ashley's little
Th-
giggle.
Good oneself.
Then the goal just becomes to sink all the candles.
That's great. Or you just
Splash
pretend
that.
like there's proximity mines. There's like a toy boat floating around. You're like, what if I could sink this with my fart? Done.
You sank my battleship.
So I think this is the first time we've ever had 3 girls on the podcast.
I thought
Has
you were
it
going to say a
really?
full 5
Yeah.
minutes of fart talk, but yes.
Exactly.
that too.
We're off to a good start. Yeah,
Yes.
we've had 2 girls before, but never 3. Well, actually 4 with Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say the 3 of you, and I'm the male representative. Hello.
Of course, Gus.
I bring the testosterone to the table.
Tyler brought
Hello.
this up, but that this would be the broadcast, which I'm just like, yes.
I called
yes,
it the
would be.
boob tube earlier.
Boob tube.
The boob
Pretty good.
There's
Breakfast.
something I really like about the word broad. It's like you can't say it normally. You can't just be like, oh yeah, that broad. You have to be like, oh yeah, that broad.
Yeah, broad.
It's a Northeastern thing for sure. Yeah. The
I like
broad.
it too. It like carries weight. Like it sounds like it should be an insult, but it's not.
There's oh god, there's some TV network that recently rebranded. It's like all women and some stuff, but it's something really bizarrely, almost inappropriate like that. Like you know, like
Bitches tube.
yeah,
like
like
that.
oh god, I wish I could
Yeah.
remember it. I'm
It's
gonna
always
be really
interesting when
upset with
people
myself
market like
later
that,
on.
where they're like,
But it's like,
we're
oh
the
yeah,
period
the
pals.
bra,
You're
the
like,
bra.
what? Why? What are you? What?
The period
Who is your
pals.
audience? Yeah,
Well, I mean, we are period pals,
it's true. First
true.
period pals,
Right.
Or 6th period.
I wonder how many of us in this office are synced up.
That's what I was. Okay, I'm so glad you said that because I was thinking in my head. I was like, is that an appropriate question to ask?
No, I was
And
wondering.
I was like, I don't think it is.
Chris probably thinks he's on our cycle too. He's like, I'm very scared right now because I feel like I'm on the same
Yeah.
month as you guys. Like, what's happening?
I don't know. It's hard to say because, like, I think a lot of us are on the pill, and that kind of dictates when your cycle is going to happen.
Yes,
so
the modern woman usually is.
to be
It does. Although
synced up,
I
it's-
have noticed that even with the pill, like the body sometimes really tries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you don't understand. I'm feeling all these.
They're like, I'm
things.
sorry, you
It
have
just-
like 4 girls that you hang out with too often, and we all want to be together at once.
All of us are angry right now. What's happening?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
okay.
here's the big question: is it more responsible for all the women in the office to try and sync up so we all just have one really shitty week and
I feel like it's a
all the guys
courtesy.
hide, or
Yeah.
do we spread it out a little bit so that everyone is shitty just part of the time?
I don't know. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah. Which would you prefer? Chris.
I'm gonna.
You're a sounding board here.
Ooh, man.
Would you rather
As
all
a representative
the girls,
of all males everywhere,
It's
you
like
rather-
slowly
what do
taking
we
off
do?
a band-aid. Just rip it off.
all the
Get
girls
it
in the office
one.
be like really angry and emotional for a week, or like it's staggered?
I think it's cool if you guys are all in sync, just because I think it's like, it's got like some science behind it.
The
or something,
perfect storm.
And I'm like, that's
Right.
kind of interesting. That it's like it feels like something out of a sci-fi movie.
I just like
It's
the
pretty
idea.
crazy
Sounds
body
weird.
magic.
I know that sounds. It's like no. They've hung out so much. They're syncing up.
Yeah.
Like aligned.
It's doomsday.
You know, it's like, it's
Everyone
just-
form formation. Hold.
Yeah.
Hold.
We also know, like, during that week,
Uterus
like,
rate,
you're not
go.
filming anything with the girls
Release.
in live action. Like, you guys aren't doing news. Like, nothing's happening with the girls that
It's
week.
like suddenly all the women
it's a
disappear.
no
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But
It's
for
like,
that
no,
week,
no, this is
there was
the
a
opposite.
ton of
September
chocolate in the
2nd.
office.
Oh my god,
Cool with that.
nothing but chocolate.
Yep.
Ooh. See, I think this could work out well for us.
That's what I'm saying. Get
I'm
in
on
one
board.
blast.
Guys don't have an equivalent to that, right? They don't have
Well,
like a sync.
supposedly-
right?
Do you guys have anything like that? Like, do you have?
Supposedly, people say that men do
Cycles?
have like cycles, but it's different. It's like emotional and chemical stuff. But
heard
just
of-
for them, it's
yeah.
like different like times of when they want to
male
fight each other.
period.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
like I was
quote,
wondering if it becomes more like, gotta punch someone in the face.
Yeah, that's what I was
that's
wondering.
the equivalent. That's the
That's
closest they
the-
get. Do you ever want to punch someone in the face?
I gotta watch Roadhouse.
The only time
Regularly.
I get really actually violent is if someone hits me in the balls.
Okay.
How many times does that happen? Does that happen a lot with you?
Well, okay, so
Who sack taps you?
Like purposefully, or
it doesn't matter. The only time,
Intent is
time
irrelevant.
I've actually
Yeah.
like
Chris. He's getting emotional about this.
It was Chris.
Nope.
Did it?
The only time I've actually punched someone was God. It was
All right,
in
someone
high
come punch me in the
school.
balls real quick here and that.
No, yeah, no. I mean, it uses like it's a thing. It was in high school, and
Chris, what are you doing?
she
Stop
was
holding yourself.
feigning.
I'm not gonna do anything
Okay.
to you. Don't worry.
It was in high school or something, and then like I was having like a bunch of friends. We were hanging out, playing video games, sleepover, whatnot. It wasn't called sleepover, but
Sleepover party, slumber
yeah,
party.
we were playing. And at some point I was like,
Guys don't
I
like the
went to
word
sleep,
sleepover.
right? And
At a sleepover?
I fell asleep on the floor, and I had some other friends.
That
and
was a foolish thing to do.
They were
Mistake number
wrestling
one.
on a bed,
Oh no.
and then one of them, and I was sleeping. One of them fell on my balls
Oh God.
As you were sleeping.
as I was sleeping.
They, like,
So
pile
I was
drive
like
your
asleep,
balls.
and then I woke up to someone what I thought was just attacking my balls, and so I did this like I went like Hulk, and I just turned around and I started punching him in the face.
Whoa.
And he was like, "What?" He didn't know what was going on because what happened to him was he just was wrestling and then got knocked off the bed, and then I turned around. He didn't know that he fell on my balls. To him, I just flipped around and started.
He was
punching
like,
him in the
"Whoa, bro,
face.
whoa, calm down."
But to me, I thought he jumped on my balls, and so I was like, I went all like,
I want to see Hulk Chris. This sounds awesome.
Yeah, me too.
No, it
Especially
happened.
young Hulk
It happened
Chris.
once here
With who?
with Aaron.
What did
I
he do?
figured,
to you?
of course.
He kicked me in the balls.
Just like straight
On
up.
purpose?
Just for fun?
So no,
That's
he was.
awful.
Was he recording it?
No.
How are you still friends
That's a
with him?
waste.
So what happened was it was in live action, and I was talking to someone, and I was kind of standing in a way that I think encouraged someone to kick me in the balls, and
So you were asking
Wait,
for it.
no, I wasn't. I was just standing in a way in which like I just was like standing like this.
Yeah,
with,
demonstrate.
Like, my
Okay.
butt- like kind of like this.
Yeah.
With my butt out and my legs.
That seems like a
My
butt
legs
smacking
spread.
pose.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
my
if
legs
you're-
were spread a bit
if
more.
your
You
legs
kicked
are
too
open.
far.
And then
Yeah.
so the Funhouse guys were here, and I think Aaron was trying to
Be funny.
be silly, and so he went to go kick, and he was gonna like I think just playfully like
you a little
pretend
tap.
feign
Yeah.
to kick me in the balls, but he actually kicked me in the balls.
Just a friendly ball tap,
but hard.
Did you Hulk out on him?
I almost like I had. Oh man, it was
It brought back all the
weird.
memories from that sleepover.
His PTSD is
It was
returning.
weird though because like Adam Kovic was there, and he Funhouse had just kind of come over. We were just like, hey, yeah, and then I started like almost attacking Aaron, and it was a weird thing for him, I think, because it was like mom and dad fighting.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't a fun house
It
anymore.
wasn't like
No.
it wasn't. There was no like silliness to it. I was like,
Chris gets like
actually-
silent rage too. I've seen him before.
Yeah.
When shit pisses him off, he just gets
Yeah.
really like serial killer crazy, where it's like, I'm gonna strangle
Yeah.
you. I'm like,
See,
okay,
I
Chris.
accidentally hit an ex-boyfriend of mine in the balls. We were still dating at the time.
As
It wasn't
have
like
I.
after we broke up, I hit him in the balls. But it was like I was 17 at the time and he was 19. And he was like on his bed, kind of like in a curled up position, but on his back. And so I came in and I was going to like slap him on the butt because his butt was right there.
yeah.
But just as I wound up to slap him, he started rolling forward.
God.
And I just slapped him in the balls. And he
Give
was
me
wearing
that
like
set.
underwear. So there was no barrier.
you just slapped his ball.
I
God
just
damn.
slapped
Oh
his
my
balls.
god. Was it like one
Oh.
of those machines where you lift up one of the balls and they go boop?
Pretty much. Yeah.
What happened after that?
He continued to be in that fetal position.
Yeah, at least he was.
Screaming
It was
in
convenient.
Pain.
in
Yeah,
that
he was
respect.
in the correct position for pain afterwards, and I was just like, I am so,
so
sorry. Like I was gonna hit your butt. And
You can never make up
moved.
for that. You
It's
just got to leave him alone for a little bit.
technically your fault, but I'll let it slide.
He was also asking for it. See, I've only kicked someone in the balls intentionally once because I know, even as a female, like that is the worst thing you could ever do to a man. Like that's
no-no.
terrible. But I feel like this guy deserved it. So in high school, a friend of mine thought it'd be really funny as I was talking to other friends. He came up behind me, gave me a titty twister on both of my nips as hard as he could. Yeah. And I was really pissed off, so I just immediately turned around and went, bam!
That's
Yeah, no, he
that's an
deserves that.
appropriate
He
time to
deserves
kick
that.
someone in the
Absolutely.
balls.
That is a measured response.
It was
I
literally
think
tit for tat.
The president would be proud of you.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
He would tweet and be like, "You should come to the White House."
Bring those balls.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I'll do it.
deserved.
Yeah, I'll
Like,
be the
that's not an
national
accident.
defense.
That's something that you should be
Yeah,
kicking
yeah.
someone in the
I
ball
feel like
for.
that should be the American military at this point. Why are we not just kicking people in the sack?
Yeah.
Right?
Just get it done. It doesn't matter. I know it's dirty. It's cool. We already
Everything's-
do so many
look,
dirty things.
Everything's steel-toed. It's gonna hurt real bad,
fine.
and then
Yeah.
everyone will quit. Everyone wants peace at that point. 'Cause
Exactly.
No one wants to get
Please,
kicked in the balls.
just
It
sign the
also-
treaty, man. Sign the treaty.
Getting kicked in the vag
Twat swat?
also hurts a fucking lot.
Yes, it does.
You obviously don't know this, Chris. You
No,
probably
I don't.
haven't heard a lot of people talk about this, but
If you nail the clit just right, it shockwaves through your whole body.
It's and there's
Not a good way.
and the whole bone too. The fact that
Patrick's
it's like you've got
learning
the
a lot.
bone. Oh,
I think we're all learning a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
well,
we,
Maggie swats me all the time, and I'll be doing like X-ray and VAB. Yeah, like,
Wait,
I'll
but,
be
like-
doing meetings. I'm like talking about X-ray and VAB.
innocent
like,
little Maggie.
Yeah, lovely little Maggie. So I'll be like, hey guys, we're gonna record this next week, and we gotta do this, and this is very official and businessy. And she'll come over and go and whack me in the clit. I'm like, oh God, okay, all right, so we're meeting next week. We're gonna do this.
Her headband hides devious secrets.
does.
Oh yeah, she's a little imp.
We I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this yet.
Not in the politically incorrect way.
But we when Funhouse was in town, we played dodgeball against them. And I was the only girl playing, and Bruce threw a ball so hard directly at my vagina. Like nothing has hit so perfectly dead on to just like my very like delicate
The
area.
whole region.
And I was out because I was like it was a fair shot. And the whole time I'm just like,
Still counts.
my baby maker. And he's just like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, yeah, it's a good shot.
I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to join because I was supposed to, but I think I fucked up my pinky. It might be broken.
Oh,
I actually
shit.
still haven't gone to check it out because I got to work.
What?
But yeah, I just typed through it, but it hurts.
Yeah,
So
they were
that's why I
saying
didn't do it.
you're supposed to play, and they're
I-
like, Lindsay broke her finger.
Yeah, I run into a lot of
Well,
stuff
hold it
because I'm
up.
clumsy. That's how bent it is. Yeah, you can kind of tell.
And
It's
Andrew,
a
close
little
your eyes if you're
bumpy in the
watching.
wrong direction.
Yep. So that'll be tomorrow when I go to the doctor.
What'd you do to it?
I run into a lot of stuff. I'm really, really, really clumsy. Gavin knows. So does Michael. So I was literally just walking around my house and I hit my hand on the wall and I was like, oh, I felt my finger like snap with it. And I was
Oh.
like, I guess I just broke this. All right, cool.
Do you bruise easy?
Kind of. Yeah, a lot of females do. I do know that. Like, not even being stereotypical. Apparently that's a thing. But yeah, a little
Damn
bit.
broads,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I find that like I will get bruises and we'll go, how'd you get that? And I go, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I run into tables all the
it's
time, so I get the bruise like right here. Yep.
Or just
Or
like you
I
wake
get a
up
whole
with
bunch,
something
like,
on you and you're
here,
just like,
coffee table level.
Yeah, absolutely. I've woken up with several bruises where I'm like, what did I do to myself?
is that a female thing?
That's
I
what
think
I've been
it
told.
is.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with like blood flow and surface vessels and I don't know, some sciencey shit.
Science.
I found out recently I was at the dentist and she was asking what medication I'm on. I'm like, I'm just on birth control. And she's like, oh, okay, that explains a few things. And I was like, oh, what's going on?
What does
She's
that
like, some birth controls can make your gums swollen and sensitive. And I'm just like, oh, did not know that.
Noted.
I feel like I should have known that after taking birth
Yeah,
control
thanks for the
like
heads up, man.
10 years.
I'm really probably like not as careful with stuff as I should be. I was on this birth control. I really liked it. It was one of those like lower hormone ones, so I don't go crazy every month, and it doesn't like make me gain weight and all that sort of stuff. I really liked it. I went to the doctor for a new prescription. She's like, we don't do that one very much anymore because it increases your chances of blood clots.
Jesus.
And I was like,
Worth it.
I was like, it doesn't make me gain weight. Give it to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that comes with birth control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
if you ever take it, you should know this.
You should be careful.
Well, they are though starting a male birth control, like a
Oh, I did-
pill-based
I
one.
I have seen
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Would you?
Would you take male like a pill-based birth control, like as a dude? Would you do that?
I
'Cause you can-
think
you can
yeah,
still
but like what?
come.
Is, yeah, well, like what are the details on this?
Just
think
stop
so.
sperm.
I think it just like lowers your sperm count to the point of like none.
Yeah. Like, unless
So
your
you're
sperm is
shooting
Michael
blanks.
Phelps, you're not
Yeah.
getting pregnant.
Yeah.
I would do it. I might be sad about it.
Why
Does
would
that
you?
make sense?
You lost
Why
a
would
lot
you
of
be
good men
sad?
out there, Chris.
It does kind of feel like
You're gonna lose them anyway. Ideally.
I know, but at least they're
Also, like,
at least they got a
that's-
You just
chance.
want. Wait, you just
know?
want. No, they don't. No, they don't. Either they go like they escape. They're like freedom, and they escape right into like a little baggie, or
Baggy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
My
I
God.
was like, what am I having sex with?
A
Chris
mom
was at a grocery
apparently.
store.
Or-
It's got Tupperware.
yeah, like or even worse, like out into like the cruel night
Harsh
air.
world,
Yeah. Or a wall.
or
Or
they
a
finally-
poor woman's face.
I want to hear. Yeah.
Poor
Or a
woman's
man.
face.
Or they finally make it into the welcoming cave, and it's like
That's a wonderful
there's
name.
nothing fucking here.
Queen cave. Yeah.
No, women did the whole swimming. There's
They won't
nothing
let
here.
me in.
I'm imagining like this should be like a storming Normandy scenario where Chris is like, go, 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 go. And like half of them
And they're
die
like,
immediately.
ah.
Like, Tom Hanks is crying.
No, I mean it's one of those things where, yeah, I mean I'm all for like not accidental baby thing,
Right, as you should be.
But it would kind of, I don't know.
Would you feel like a part of you is not, like you're not as connected with that person?
With what person?
Like the person you're having sex with?
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about. I'm just
Chris is
talking.
talking solo
Like,
right
I'm
you're
now.
not-
talking about just like.
Oh, just be like
just,
solo.
Just yeah, just.
What chance do they have if you're riding solo anyway?
Yeah. Is this just for your benefit? You're like, yeah.
You're just spewing them out and they die instantly anyways. This way they're not dying.
Chris watches it like
that seems
fireworks.
meaner.
At least they have company. I don't know.
In their death, they can die together.
Come here,
Tonight,
little friends.
we dine in hell.
I'll embrace you as you die.
At least they
Tonight
have
we die,
the
pussy.
the moment where like
Thanks.
they don't know where they're going and they like hope.
They're so young.
Yeah.
That just
They're-
sounds
they
like you're
hope.
just like
Maybe I shouldn't personify my sperm. Maybe that's the,
No, you should. This needs to be a children's book right now.
Yeah.
Chris teaches you about
I
sperm.
would like to hear you talk about this for a long
Why
period.
You Were Never Born by Chris Damaris.
Your sperm began with hope, but it only ended in sadness.
You all died together.
Play them a little dirge.
I mean,
You're like, oh, I'm getting close. Put on the sad music. Boop.
Maybe a few of them have a suicide pact. They're like, look, I know we're not going to make it, but it's cool. Let's give it a shot.
Dude, this
know,
it's
it
like
would-
Thelma and
all of them have a
Louise.
suicide pact.
Just watch that movie. So it's like they go off the cliff together.
Never seen it.
Spoiler.
It's very
sorry.
good.
Never.
Yeah, spoiling
Well,
it.
that's everyone knows the end of Thelma and Louise. That's like no secret
It's
whatsoever.
iconic.
Yeah.
You know the end of Thelma and Louise,
oh,
right?
I saw the movie. So.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you know
seen
the end
us.
of Thelma and Louise. Great.
Yeah. It was Bruce Willis the whole time.
There's no like that's not the secret. The secret is
The rest of
we
the
had a
movie.
great wonderful adventure and then we drove off a fucking cliff because we're crazy bitches.
Well, they were
I
pretty
mean, is
much
that
at the end of their
accurate?
rope. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yep.
great.
They were gonna go to jail and
Yeah.
or get shot by the
I do
police or
think
something.
I don't think they necessarily they did.
They didn't have to do it.
They didn't have to
They
do all
didn't,
that. They kind of
yeah.
escalated it themselves.
Of course, but it made for a good movie.
Yeah.
And an awesome ending. We are like, all right,
Yeah.
that's how it ends. Cool.
Drove that car right off the cliff.
Yeah, I did see some people that were like, Thelma and Louise is not progressive at all, and I was like, I don't know, like the whole entire point is them being like, I no longer want to do these things that men in my life have told me that I have to do, so they go on this adventure. No offense, Chris, but it's very, obviously.
Stop
empowering.
telling Thelma and Louise
Yeah,
to do
enough.
shit, Chris.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she doesn't have to be a waitress if she doesn't want to be. Damn it,
Exactly.
Let her drink wild turkey. Either way, but yeah, I don't know, and especially because I identify with them because I'm very much of a tomboy. But
What?
yeah, well, surprise,
What?
everyone. Hi. Yeah,
Would have never guessed that from you.
I love those movies. Like Thelma and Louise is great.
Yeah,
to
I'm all
think of-
about that girl power.
Watched some Mystic Pizza recently too. On the note of female empowering movies,
Mystic
Pretty great.
Pizza?
Yeah, Julia Roberts.
I've never seen that
Oh
one.
my god! All right, let's just move on.
Mostly like
Sorry?
any
No,
like
you're good.
for me female empowering movies mostly involve like women. I like comedies and I,
I
like
like
it
that
when
too.
women are as unashamedly dirty comedy as men.
I feel like that's me again. Like people are like, oh, what's it like being the only female in Achievement Hunter? I'm like, I have the same sense of humor. I don't know. Like when I talked to Jeff about it, he was like, he seems like you'd fit in. I really don't want token female, and I never want to be that ever in my life. So yeah, I identify completely with those.
Well, I think that's like a lot of us girls at Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
We identify with guys and we're not like super prissy and super like.
But at the same time, a
Cling
lot
to
of us
the
are
girl.
totally
I
different,
can
which I like.
totally be prissy.
Yeah,
You
I
could
can
be.
totally do
we
it.
can turn
but
it
that's
on
not
when
all you are.
necessary.
Yeah.
And that's not like you could obviously talk about farts and dicks and butts and shit
as we just did for
True.
like 10 minutes.
as we did for the entire opening of the podcast. But
I went to my first tailgate this weekend.
I
I've
saw
never been
that.
tailgating ever, but Brittany took me to my first UT game. Lost by a point. It's a
It's a
Is
UT
it-
game.
I'm
Real-
sure we'll talk
real
about that
tragedy.
on Sports Ball tomorrow night.
but I'd never been to a tailgate, anything like that. They're way more sophisticated than I ever imagined. This one was sponsored by some alcoholic coconut water. It was crazy.
That's cool.
It was
I like
really.
those
I mean, it
more.
was cool.
So it wasn't like someone's tailgate.
It was
like,
someone's tailgate, but they still, these things are so big now. They've got like sponsors and people will bring in booze for them. I saw one that was like, they had one of those shipping containers with the side cut out and they had a couch and a TV in it, all this crazy stuff.
Oh, man.
Tailgates are apparently an art form.
They really are. Have you driven, like, if you try to go through campus at any time during a game, one, you can't, so don't even bother.
At all.
But if you have a chance to walk through it, they see stuff like that all the time where people will bring out tents or, like, have a part of their house there, and they're like, yeah, I've been here all weekend.
I
just
went to
hanging out
a
with my
UT
kids."
game. It was like within the first year that I moved here. It was me, Allie Baker, Bernie, and Jack. And we parked somewhere to walk through all the tailgating to go get to the stadium. And it was just like blocks and blocks of tents.
Yep.
And I'm just like, how many people are tailgating? They're like probably a couple thousand.
Oh, and here's the weird thing: is a lot of them don't even go to the game. They're
No,
there
I've
for
done
the
that.
tailgate.
You just
to
stay
hook
at
up
the
the
tailgate?
TV.
I've never been to a UT football game. I went to UT, but
You did what I did.
Congratulations.
Nice.
yeah.
I went to
But
one.
like, well, I'm just saying, like, people are like mad. They're like, well, you went to UT and you didn't go to any games. I'm like, I don't really.
Oh
get
yeah,
into
people give you a lot of
sports.
shit for that.
Yeah, but I did go tailgating a couple times because it's like, oh, I like food and beer and hanging out.
Who
So,
doesn't?
There's all that.
And friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was an awesome experience. I met like a whole bunch of Bernie's college buddies, and it was really, really fun.
Solid.
But
What
where I
frat was
got,
he in?
it's just some frat where
Yeah.
there were a lot of dudes,
Makes sense. Yeah.
What kind of frat is that?
and I'm pretty sure there were some Greek letters involved. I mean, it's a
I've heard of these.
Kappa Sigma Chi Beta.
Gamma Famma
I have no
Lambda
idea.
Gamma.
I was
But-
a member of a fraternity in college.
You
Were
remember
you?
a frat?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
My friend started one. He
You
was
can
like,
do
"You want to
that?
join?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll be the only female." Cool.
That's
was it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Seems to be very common in your life.
Yeah. I don't know.
Joining-
Dudes. Sup, bros?
You're just like, fuck bitches.
Who wants to shotgun this beer? My friends.
Yeah. I saw the most amazing video on the internet of this girl who there was a big pint glass in front of her, and she hands free picked it up with her mouth and downed the whole thing in like 5 seconds.
Was it Lindsay?
Yeah.
It was not, but
I wouldn't
now
remember, so maybe.
now I have a life goal. She was a badass.
I feel like that would be
Cool.
bad for your teeth.
I'm sure.
Picking
I'm no
pint
doubt.
glass.
Yeah,
But remember,
but awesome for
like
your-
Kara can open bottles with her teeth. I'm sure that's not good
Yeah, I
for us
don't know
either.
if that'll be good
But
in the
guess
long
what?
run.
It's awesome.
It's a great party trick.
It's true.
I can't do anything that cool.
And I mean, we're at the point in the future
Oh.
where we can just get like crazy strong fake teeth if we happen to like
True.
tear one out anyway,
Veneers,
right?
Yeah, you're done.
My only party trick, I can light a matchbook. I can light one of the matches one-handed most of the time.
Wow.
Most like
Do we have any
Well,
matchbooks here?
sometimes I fling the matchbook and it starts like I throw fire at people, which also works as a party trick. Because
That
you're
is
like fire.
not
You're
expecting
like
it.
watch this,
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, it's if I don't clarify what
Like
I'm
Roy
doing
Mustang.
before I do it, then it works because it's like either I
All of a sudden,
yeah.
fire.
Either result.
Fire
wins.
happens whether or not it's like in my hand or like
Oh,
yeah.
there's
the
the
girl?
video.
I know that too well. Is that
Oh.
it? That's her. Oh my god!
wow.
I didn't realize it was
So
a cup.
cool.
I thought it was a can.
Oh, no. that's a
No,
glass.
no,
Oh my
like
God.
a full-on
That's
glass.
pretty cool.
This
And,
woman's my hero.
Not
and
only did
she looks fashionable as
She did
shit,
that
and I love her
fast.
hair.
Yeah.
She's dressed like Jackie O as she's doing that.
not only did she pick that up with her teeth, which is like that's heavy
Yup.
and glass, but she chugged that beer in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm a little bit attracted to her
Me
right now.
too. I watched that and I was like, why am I turned on right
Yeah.
now?
If you want to text us and hang out after the podcast, man.
Yeah. If you want to sync up our periods.
Yeah. Funny enough, UT, I was just thinking about it and I totally forgot until you mentioned the fire. One of the first experiences I had at UT was like I was such a weirdo in high school, like even worse than I am now. I'm still really weird. So I went to my first frat party. I was like, I'm gonna make some friends. Hi guys. I'm drinking my beer. So they have flaming Dr. Peppers where you'll light a shot and you drop it into beer and it tastes like a Dr. Pepper when you chug it. That's the whole point. So me being my clumsy self, I light the shot, I drop it into my beer, but it hits the edge of the beer and knocks over onto the counter, which is full of liquor, and the entire counter, including the cabinet above it, goes
That's awesome.
in
That's
flames.
super
and I
cool.
kid you not, I literally went, okay, bye, and then I just left their house. So I was like, oh my
God.
out. I'm done.
That's awesome.
Sorry, Lambda Chi.
Come on, that was awesome.
That's a great
It was
exit,
fun.
though.
I think to this.
Who was that girl who lit the kitchen on fire?
like a
I like to
literal smoke
believe,
bomb.
like maybe there's
She's
this
in
story
another
now.
frat. Don't worry.
Yeah. Like now
She
there's
can't
this
join.
legend of like, ooh, that bitch, she burned us. Like,
They have legends about you.
yeah. I dream about her sometimes.
I've heard of her.
She came to our party, started our whole house on fire.
I'm gonna
Man, that was hot.
pull a Gus here and read this real quick here. We want to thank our sponsor, lynda.com/roosterteeth, the online learning platform with over 3,000 on-demand video courses to help you strengthen your business, technology, and creative skills. For a free 10-day trial, visit lynda.com/roosterteeth. Lynda.com is for problem solvers, for the curious, like maybe Chris, for people who want to make things happen. Maybe you want to master Excel, learn negotiation tactics, build a website, or boost your Photoshop skills. Go to lynda.com/roosterteeth and feed your curious mind. Some of the courses we recommend here at Rooster Teeth are Photoshop Power Shortcuts, How to Make an App, and Documentary Editing with Premiere Pro. Yeah. What I love personally about it is the step-by-step instructions that are easy to understand. With a lynda.com membership, you can watch and learn from top experts, stream thousands of video courses on demand and learn your own schedule, learn at your own pace, and download tutorials and watch them on the go, including access on your iOS and Android devices. How convenient. Your lynda.com membership will give you unlimited access to training on hundreds of topics, all for one flat fee. Whether you're looking to become an expert, you're passionate about a hobby, or you just want to learn something new, go to lynda.com/roosterteeth now and sign up for your free 10-day trial. That's lynda.com/roosterteeth. And be sure to use that URL so they know we sent you. I don't know if you guys saw the Let's Play Live documentary, but that was awesome.
I lived it.
You did?
Yes. It's funny when you watch footage later too, and you're like, oh God, like it's like almost like PTSD where you totally forgot that happened. You're like, oh man, like the whole thing with Jack and Jeff fighting, I was like, oh yeah, that did happen. There was a
Like,
moment of
you feel it
tension,
again.
but it's cool.
Does it make you like that skill?
Like,
Daniel did an awesome job on that.
it was great.
And I didn't even know that like documentary editing was a particular skill, but apparently it is. That you
Absolutely.
can learn on lynda.com.
Well,
I
funny
also
enough,
like the idea of negotiation. Like,
Yeah.
it's like someone turns up and they're like, we've got hostages we want to negotiate, and they're like, I learned it online.
listen, I took that course on lynda.com. Give me the phone,
Especially,
sir.
Especially because you know that like all the hostages come out like, what just happened?
I went to lynda.com/roosterteeth.
I don't know. Some college student got on the line and was like, "Give me the money, give me the people." It was like, all right, it worked.
And then she lit the kitchen on fire. And
Yeah, it was so weird.
It was me. Funny enough, I was talking to Michael about it, of just like the difference between Texas people and people in the Northeast or New Jersey. But whenever I visit, I have friends and family in New York, and it feels like when I talk to people, it's like a hostage exchange. Where like if I want to buy something, I'm like, I need a book, and they're like $5. I'm like, okay, oh my God, give me the book. Oh, I'm out of here. But in Texas, everyone's like very, very overly polite, so they'll be like, hi, how you doing? How's your day going?
See, some people prefer the very straightforward, like $5.
It
All right,
scares
get
me.
out.
It
It's like they
intimidates
don't want to
me.
waste time. We went to the Streamies last week, which was super cool. But one of the people I met there, I was super excited about this, is we met Joseph Kahn, who did the gritty Power Rangers short movie.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
It was really
Oh,
cool. And
yeah,
he,
yeah.
he did the Bad Blood music video for Taylor Swift as well, I think. We met him and it was really cool. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And we were one of the last people in the lobby because Bernie and Gavin were doing an interview, so we were all waiting for them, and he comes over and we're like, hey, join us. We're waiting for people, and what do you do? And talking this up, and he's like, where are you from? And we're like, oh, we're from Austin. And these two, because we were with it was Meg and I, and we were with Bruce and Adam.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, and these two are from here. And he's like, so that explains why you're so nice and why they both look like Tom Hardy.
Get fucking zinger.
And I was like, I think we'll all take that one.
That's great. I like the period of time where Tom Hardy was cool and everyone was like, yeah. And then, what was it? The John from John and Kate plus 8 wore it all the time. And everyone was like, Tom Hardy is not cool anymore. Not at all.
I remember that show,
Yep.
John and Kate plus 8.
Yep.
Wait,
Now it's just
when-
Kate plus 8.
When did Tom Hardy
Sad.
become not cool? Because he's like amazing.
I still love his designs, but I guess like socially it was like, yeah, the hipsters. Hello,
Yes, Bernie?
Bernie.
Did you talk about the Candy Johnson controversy that came up?
No,
Oh,
but
the
I
Candy
think we
Johnson
should. I think we
Candy.
should. So there was one thing about the
makeup
Streamies.
artist?
Thank
I know
you,
her videos.
Bernie. Yes, Candy Johnson. So she's amazing.
You're
So
welcome.
But you gotta turn it on first,
the
Bernie.
Streamies, they had like intro videos for.
yeah, so each of the categories with the nominees were introduced by YouTubers. So there was the action movie kid. There was Candy Johnson, and she introduced, I think it was the lifestyle, or it was either lifestyle or first person, and she, like, her YouTube channel is all about using makeup to like look like someone else. So she,
Yeah.
you know, it's like contouring, it's impressions, and
I've
all
seen
this
her
sort
do
of
like
stuff.
cartoon characters and
Yeah,
and,
Right.
I've seen her do
everything.
Maleficent. That was awesome.
She
It
is
was
like
super
probably
cool.
one
She's
of the most
very
talented people
Also,
on the
she's
internet.
super nice.
I bet.
I appreciate that.
But as part of that, she did. Brittany, what was the
Supergirl.
What was the
Superwoman?
character? What was,
It was
what's the,
Superwoman,
one of the
right?
one of the nominees?
One of them was the dude from Prank vs. Prank. It was their vlog that they do.
Yeah.
One of them was PewDiePie.
Yep.
PewDiePie.
And there was a couple other females, and one of the females was Lily Singh, Superwoman.
Superwoman.
Right. And she's
She's brown. Yeah.
brown.
She's Indian.
She is Indian specifically. So
She's a woman
so,
of color.
You know, as part of that, she did the makeup to do it, and she used dark makeup because
Right.
she's a very fair lady. And I didn't think a thing of it. Of course, she was doing those impressions for everyone. The internet apparently erupted saying it was blackface.
Oh my
and that it was really,
God.
really racist.
I remember watching that, thinking like, "Wow, that's incredible!" Like
Me
she's making
too.
herself
I
look
was
like each
nothing
person.
but impressed.
And then I think it was Bernie who was telling me, like, he's like, "Did you hear about like the controversy behind that?" I was like, "What could have possibly happened? Like, why would people be upset?" And he said it was her putting her darker skin on, and it's like blackface, but it's like.
She also, by the way, turned herself into dudes, and she also at one point put in blue eye contacts. Is she biased?
Yeah, it's. I don't know. People are very sensitive and very like.
I've seen people do
overreactionary.
There's
the
just-
opposite, funny enough. And towards Mika, I've seen people get upset because she did an Elsa cosplay. And there were people messaging her of like, you can't do that because you're black. And I was like, why? What does it matter? Why? Let her
character.
cosplay what she wants. Are you kidding me?
I am so tired of outrage culture.
It's getting a little,
I am
a little crazy.
outraged
sometimes.
by
Yeah. We're going to start a hashtag right now.
Outrage. This is hashtag outrage.
outrage.
It's exhausting when you don't you feel like you can't say anything, you can't make any kind of jokes because people want to be really mad about everything.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in life and
generation
culture
gaps.
that like all of a sudden everyone's very sensitive about things that shouldn't be an issue. It was just like you're taking this as an offensive thing when it's like it wasn't meant to be offensive, but for some reason you're turning it into this.
There's a lot of stuff that's there's so much stuff that's actually offensive.
I know.
To focus
That gets
on things
overlooked.
that are
Yeah.
One
There's
of-
certain times where we have to explain. I mean, even simple shit like X-ray and VAB, where something was totally not even trying to reference anything offensive at all, but someone is like, "Hey, I noticed what you did there, and that's not okay." I was like, "That's not at all." Like we mentioned a book, and someone took that as like, "That's a metaphor for this, and it's
Yeah.
offensive to me." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I apologize," but at some point you got to kind of understand, or at least like look at it for a moment and think, "Am I reading too far into this?" If not, by all means, be
Well, if
upset.
it's a book, let's
Yeah,
hope.
I know.
Wink.
Damn books. I'm book as
Moving far
fuck.
into that.
Yeah, get those books the hell out of here. Burn them all.
The weird part is it doesn't last either.
It
2
doesn't
weeks
last.
ago, that dentist who killed the lion,
Yep.
he went back to work, and there was not a single police officer was needed.
Brittany, do you want to just come on?
No, yeah.
Come join us here.
There's a
I
part.
like this better.
It feels like you're a director on
Okay,
set.
could people hear you? I hope. Yes, maybe.
Can people hear him?
Says yes.
Twitter
Bernie,
says yes.
All
Bernie,
right.
there's an extra mimosa glass right there.
There
and it
is.
has your
It's
name
going
on it.
unused.
Bernie,
I think you'd look very classy if you
burning
came
your
in.
face. It's
He-
beautiful.
he- and he
Why
walks
just
away.
laughs
Did
when
you
he
fart?
laughs?
Is that why you're giggling?
Yeah.
Uh,
I think he's intimidated by the all-female cast to be the only male here.
It's true.
I mean,
Oh,
I
wait.
think
Hey, wait a second.
Just kidding.
In my mind,
I was like-
wait, oh no, wait.
Chris
I
is
know
like,
what
wait a
yeah,
second. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
almost. Wait. Oh.
I'm sorry.
I think they talked about this at RTX, and I guess we'll bring it up a little bit, but we're starting to work on a concept for a more female casted podcast.
led by Chris.
Led by,
Yes.
yeah.
Led by Chris, of course.
Yes.
So, I don't know. If you like this, then you probably would like that kind of show.
Yeah. One thing I like that, and you mentioned it too, as far as like us launching that project, is we talk about we are all very different, and we are clearly all females, the ones who are at the office, but we're still very different in personalities. So it's kind of dumb to market it as just like, here's the ladies podcast. Going back to what I was
podcast
saying,
for
where it's
girls.
like, yeah, very
Yeah.
forced of like, I'm trying to reach out to a female audience, so everything's pink and fluffy, which is like, that's great if you like it, but it's not encompassing all of female aspects, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So I like that we're marketing it as another podcast that happens to have a majority female cast.
Yeah.
It's just Ashley, Barbara, and Lindsay hanging out.
Exactly.
That's it.
With maybe Chris every now and then.
Yeah,
and
of course.
and slightly more vagina jokes.
Yes.
Way more vagina.
That's just
And tons
natural.
of period humor because
But yeah, so
it comes around every month.
if you're interested in something like that,
a
like
lip season.
feel free to tweet us and let us know what kind of stuff you want us to talk about or what kind of direction you see that taking, because we're always open to feedback and ideas because it's still in development and still working on a concept for it.
I, for one, demand more juices to go with my champagnes.
I failed you. Mariel asked what we wanted to drink tonight. I was like, it'd be nice to have some champagne, maybe.
No, I'm digging the champagne. I think we can get really exciting with it.
Grapefruit juice.
Yes.
Cranberry juice.
What do you mean?
She was telling me about the blueberry or blackberry.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
lay this on, Chris.
everyone knows a couple of things. Mimosa is champagne with orange juice, preferably just a little splash of orange juice.
Yep.
Bellini is traditionally with peach puree. But there's this brunch place, you guys. There's this brunch place that's in Austin, and they do these seasonal Bellinis. The first one I ordered came, and it was purple. It was cloudy and purple, and I went, the fuck is this?
Still gonna drink
It's
it,
supposed to be peach. This is delicious. I'll take 5.
I lied.
It turns out
Pour
it's
it
got,
into my mouth.
oh, so good. It had like blueberries in it, and all. I think it might have had. I'm gonna try and pronounce this correctly, like all of the hippies would like me to. Acai.
Acai?
I know that's how
acai berry.
Jamba Juice pronounces
Is it like
so.
ACAI?
ACAI, and there's like that weird little like curly.
Oh,
thing.
I've been saying
I
that
assume
wrong.
it's
I've been saying
Portuguese.
acai.
Yeah, I've been saying that.
Me
wrong.
too. I've pronounced so many of the like new healthy foods wrong. Quinoa, I always saw it in the
Quinoa.
grocery store, and I was like, quinoa. I should try that sometime. And like kale. What's that?
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Kale.
Oh, kale. I said hale, and I was just like, I don't know.
you had moments where,
I'd like to drink some challah.
Holla.
Have you had moments though where like you know the word, but your brain just has a moment of derp basically
All the time.
Yeah. Like there was a store I went to the mall. It was called the Indigo Room, and I looked at it and I went, Indigo. Oh, Indigo Room.
You
That's
get
what
my
this is
father
called.
prepared to die.
Well,
It was a total Ron Burgundy moment.
when I was walking past it. It was it was a Time Warner Cable building, but I'd also just been to the Waffle,
Oh,
and I was
love the Waffle.
oh, it's so good.
so jealous.
Did not have a waffle.
Have you been,
I'm trying to
Chris?
be healthy.
No.
That is
What is the
willpower.
waffle?
It was
Place in
willpower.
LA that's all waffles, yeah?
Oh.
Or a lot of their dishes
It's a
have them.
breakfast place that has like they specialize in waffles, so they have like 10 different types of waffles, but they also have
Like
other
red
stuff.
velvet
It's-
waffles
so it's like-
and lemon blueberry waffles.
It's like Kirby Lane with pancakes.
I was gonna say it's like bacon, but with waffles.
Yeah.
There's a bacon.
Yes,
restaurant
it
in
is.
I,
like
I,
I've
I,
never
I don't want
been.
to talk
As
about the
in,
bacon
like,
restaurant because I was
bacon the
disappointed
restaurant.
by that restaurant.
I never
It's not
been,
called
but
out
I just
bacon.
know it's called bacon.
I just remember because I went the one time I went there, they had something on the menu called bacon fries. And I was like, I'm at a place called Bacon. Everything here is bacon. So I imagine bacon fries just being like little strips of bacon in the shape of fries that come just like on a plate. And it's just all bacon. And it was just French fries with like a little bit of bacon bits on it.
Oh.
I think
I'm like,
that every dish includes bacon.
yeah, I was disappointed.
I don't blame you.
I feel it.
I would actually really like
Just bacon.
fry shaped bacon.
Was it Jim
Yeah.
Gaffigan who says that in a salad, bacon, it just becomes a whole thing of finding the bacon
Find
in
the
the
bacon.
salad?
Find the
yeah,
bacon.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. It's a gold search.
Before I forget, just going back, I walked by the Time Warner Cable building.
Yes.
All I saw was the waffle cable. Doesn't it? Oh, it took me like I was looking at that. It had the Time Warner logo, you know, the little eye thing.
Yeah.
All of that, and I was like, the waffle cable.
Oh, because the logo looks the same.
Nope. It doesn't look remotely like it. Either my eyesight is terrible or I really like waffles.
No.
It's just
It's
like
almost
maybe
your
both.
brain
Merges into
just-
a
yeah.
waffle
Maybe
form.
both. I should probably start wearing glasses regularly, but I just can't
Do
be
you have
bothered.
contacts?
I do, also, which I don't wear.
Oh.
I have glasses in my bag, but everyone said that I look like I wear a fake nose with my glasses.
What?
Because the bridge of my nose is really low, so there's no, I don't know, it doesn't come out far enough, and it looks like my nose starts right under the bridge of the glasses. So, and I looked at it, and now I can't unsee it, and I think that I look like I have a fake nose when I wear glasses, so I stopped.
Oh my god, I could see how that would ruin
Safety is not that important.
you. Not if people think I'm wearing a fake nose. Fuck that.
As in a fake nose, is in like.
Yeah,
Like one
you
of those
know,
comic
fake
ones
nose.
with the mustache?
Yeah.
In fact, if someone wants to grab someone wants to my bag, I will show you what it looks like.
Well, Bernie
my
left.
bag is in. Bernie left.
Mariel to the
Mariel, it's
rescue.
in the makeup room.
You're the best.
Yeah,
thank you.
Mariel's the best.
Getting
Let's
us
replace Chris
champagne.
with Mariel. I'm just
Also-
kidding. You can stay.
Mind pouring me a glass? I really don't want to move the mic. Patrick's gonna
Oh, would you
yell
like
at
a
me.
You want a
champagne?
glass?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Beer, shut up. You're done.
I know you got LASIK, right? Or laser eye surgery.
Did you get LASIK?
Is it
Wow.
LASIK? Yeah.
How was it? Was it weird?
Yeah, it's weird.
Michael's thinking about doing it, so we might actually have some questions for you.
I've never seen someone get more fucked up by
Thank
it.
you, lady.
There we go. Thank you. Thanks,
Muriel,
Mariel.
everyone.
Like you're still suffering from it.
My eyes are.
You the real MVP.
All right.
Yeah.
So look at this. All right.
Muriel VP.
All right, right. Normal nose, normal nose.
Now it's okay from the front, but look at the side. Like I'm wearing a fake nose.
See, to me, I just
still
see.
have a
I see
normal-
urban trendy.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
You look
It
like you're about
just
to go to
looks
a
like
meeting.
A nose to me.
I could do meetings.
You're walking down the
Is
New
this-
York
is this
street right
professional,
now.
Ashley?
Very professional, especially like you got your grown-up outfit on.
I wore a grown-up clothes. Do
Yeah.
you like that?
I'm wearing my Pusheen shit, so you know.
I will. All I've got is I realized that my wardrobe is entirely like video game and pop culture mashup shirts.
Yeah.
Entirely. I was like,
Well,
I
you're
need to-
perpetually 10.
I am
Accurate.
perpetually 10.
That is me
So it
and
works out
cat
great.
shirts.
Occasionally, I find my clothes in like the boys' stuff.
Yeah.
And go. And I'm like, I steal it back.
That happens
How
to me
dare
too.
you.
Where I'm like, oh, I like this Jurassic Park shirt, but it's in the guys section. Ah, fuck it, I'll just buy it. Who cares?
I definitely have
Happens to me,
a Sonic
except for
shirt.
Sometimes I'll buy from the little boy
You should.
section. It'll be
Sometimes
like
or
I'll
always,
buy like
Chris.
the extra large in the. I'm like, that's a really cool Star Wars shirt.
That's great.
It'll fit you.
It'll fit if I get the extra
No
large.
one will know.
We were out shopping for some clothes for Bernie for the stream. He needed like a new button down and stuff. And there was a section in the department store. I think it was Macy's Men or something like that. It was Star Wars. Really exciting. Bernie loves that shit. He has so many Star Wars shirts. So we went over to it. It was so pessimistic about size. Like a medium was at least an extra large.
Really? Trying to fuck with you.
Yeah.
It's
Why
really
are you
weird.
so negative, clothes?
Yeah.
Which is weird because actually women's designer fashion does the same thing.
I've noticed that everything's much smaller whenever you go to like actual designer stores. I'm like, this is not my actual size.
Every
What's
store is
happening
just
here?
different. I don't know
like,
if you
I'm a
guys
f-
have noticed this with
I'm
women's
a
clothes.
4, but normally, but can you bring me the 00? Thank you.
Thank
and
you
then
so
it
much.
fits. It's weird. It's like they're all just trying to make you feel better about yourself because you're spending $1,000 on some
I don't
shit.
know if it's the same thing with guys, but it's weird. Like a 28 pant at this store would be way too small compared to like this store where it's too big, or like a 4 in this store would be way different than this.
I don't really like shopping. So I don't know.
Chris just orders shit
I don't
online.
mean this in like a. I just kind of I'll show up and I'll just like I'll put on pants until they fit.
Chris is the worst person to go shopping with.
I can imagine.
Let me just. I think I talked
when
about
have you
this.
gone Chris, like, shopping with Chris?
I've heard about you ordering
we
drinks.
we were at PAC South. It was me, Chris, Blaine. I think Jack was also there with us.
Maybe, yeah.
But it was just you, me, and Blaine that went shopping because it was like the day before and we had time to kill. And we went into an Express.
Oh my God.
Love some Express.
Let me
Was,
tell
was,
you.
was that Blaine's doing?
I think like both of them just wanted to like go into Express, and I was like, oh yeah. I
Well,
could
see,
go to
I don't
Express.
like shopping, and so whenever I'm with people who will help me shop, I'm like,
Chris-
yeah, let's go shopping.
First of all,
Safety
you know
in
how
numbers,
Chris
I see,
is
yeah.
indecisive. He's notoriously indecisive. Put clothes into the mix,
I'm not
and
sure about
like
that.
two people's opinions. Where he'll put on a
God.
shirt and he'll like stand there looking at it for 20 minutes, turn around, come out. What do you think of this shirt? It's nice, yeah. Yeah. Do you like it better than the other one? I mean, they're both nice. That one's it fits you nice. Do you think it fits okay? Chris, it's a good shirt. And
knew
then
you
he'll,
were a
like,
woman,
put on
Chris.
the other one again, and I'm just like,
I don't like. I'd rather someone buy my clothes for me.
there's services for that.
Yeah. Absolutely. I would
And
do
that's
that
maybe-
if someone
yeah.
did that for me.
I don't like. That's why I like T-shirts, because I just buy them one size and I don't. I
Plus,
just
buy it
have-
online very easily.
Yeah. Like I don't have to try it on. It's like, okay, if this is the size that I wear, it's gonna fit.
Are you the kind of person who gets the same outfit in like 6 colors? Yes.
Maybe, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll buy.
a good shirt.
Maybe, but yes.
But yes.
Sometimes it's like I find a shirt that's like, this shirt fits well. I'll just buy like 3 of them.
Yep.
And then
I do the same thing. I bought 6 dresses this weekend, and they were all like Marvel Universe themed.
Yeah.
So I got a Captain America one. I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy 5 more of these babies.
Yeah, but I'll just buy the exact same shirt.
Yeah, why
Is
not?
that the one
Fuck
you
it.
posted the picture in the Iron Man one?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could wear it every day and it's still clean.
I
'cause
love
it's
that
a new
thing.
one.
It's great.
What about like Michael and Bernie? Like, do they like to shop, or are they big
Michael's
into clothes?
kind of a fashionista. Funny enough, like he gets
What?
spiffy. Yeah, at certain events,
cleans up very
he'll
well.
clean up. Yeah, but for the most part, it's just like jeans and t-shirt. But that's me too. Like we wear the same shirts. I'll be like, "Can I borrow your shirt today?" Cool. No, we're kind of actually the same size, which is weird.
Nice.
Yeah.
I always thought you had to go
good.
lesbian for
Versatile.
that.
No, not at all. We're the same height too. So for our wedding, I wore heels for a little bit. Michael was like, "No, I don't want to look up at you as we're getting married." Like,
Hi.
Easy to kiss though.
Yeah.
When you're the same height.
sometimes he'll joke like he'll look up at me if I am wearing heels, and he'll go, "Pick me up, please." I'm like, "All right."
Oh, this
yeah,
is
there we
dress.
go.
It's so nice.
That's
Does that
a
thing
great
light up?
dress.
No, but it does glow. I think one of the designs glows in the dark, which is really
Sweet.
cute. But yeah, you should check that out. They have a whole, it's Marvel by Her universe, and it's all dresses like that. Super comfortable, but they're all super nerdy too.
Bless you.
See, Aaron doesn't like shopping, and he has very interesting style, as I'm sure everyone knows at this company and
He
everyone
does.
online knows.
He really does.
He always goes for like the really weird patterns that I'm just like, what are you doing?
It's
Like,
like
getting
he's
a shirt with the
Austin
popsicles
Flair.
on
Yeah.
it.
I like that he'll just come in one day and he'll have like snakeskin cowboy boots and a button-up shirt with cats all over.
Yep, that's him. That sounds like
great.
Aaron. But it's like, I want to buy things for him and put them on him like a Ken doll. Because I'm just like, you're so pretty. I just want to dress you up and make you look pretty and then pose you. And
I'm
like,
sorry
play
your
with
boyfriend
you.
doesn't have a dick.
Me too. Just kidding.
Well, it's because he had to cut it off to measure pepperoni slices.
There you go.
Okay.
Call back.
Yeah, no shit. Hear me out. All right, maybe you guys can agree. I was talking to Michael about this earlier this week. If you were a girl and you were growing up with Barbies, there were one of two things you did with the Barbies. Either they killed each other or they were having sex. That was it.
Really?
I know what
Yeah.
side I'm on.
See, my sister had Barbies, and I would always try and get her to make them play with my Ninja Turtles. I'd be
Really?
like, let's do a crossover here.
And they were like, no.
and she's like, no, let's keep separate households.
What
good.
kind of crossover did you want to happen?
I don't know, just like an adventure, you know, like where
Raphael
my
and
nin-
Skipper.
my-
sexy
yeah,
adventure?
Yeah, not even that. It wasn't even sex. It was just like I would create elaborate stories with Ninja Turtles, and I'd be like, look, I need some, you know, let's collaborate. And she'd be like,
We can work together here. We'll write wonderful things.
I did crossovers all the time. I never had Barbies, but I did have She-Ra, My Little
She-Ra was
Ponies,
good.
Oh, there you go.
Pound Puppies,
Yes.
the Popples.
Polly Pocket?
What are popples?
Oh, Popples were like these cute little things, and they had like pouches, and they would like tuck up in their pouches, and they could like hop around.
I think I know what
But
you're
then they
talking
came and they were stuffed animals, and they came like in a pouch, so you just like flip the pouch like inside out, and then like there's a thing, and then
You could flip them
the
to, like,
pouch, and
travel
then they're
with
in
them.
it.
I have never heard of this before.
Oh yeah, the Popples. I watched there was a I don't know if it was a Popples movie or it was just an episode where some kid put too much detergent in the washing machine and they got it all over the room because it was foamy, and then the Popples came and helped him out.
Thanks, Popples.
Yeah,
To
thanks.
the rescue.
Yeah.
On that note,
Did you guys ever do like messed up stuff with your dolls?
All the
Not like,
time.
okay, sorry, that's like gonna sound really
Let's
creepy.
hold on. Let's
Yeah.
table that for a second
So,
because we're gonna need.
Wow.
What the hell is that?
not like that.
Know where that
That's-
came from.
But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. People did shit like that all the time.
Is that
Like-
from Barbara's childhood?
Yes, like I had so many friends that were like, I killed Ken tonight because he cheated on Barbie. I was like,
What?
Okay, yeah.
I did have friends who would like do weird things, like cut them up and freeze them.
That's
and
a little
then-
much.
And
Wasn't
might
that
be
in?
serial
I'm
killers
sorry.
now.
Pardon me. Wasn't that in Dexter?
yeah.
I was thinking. Toy
I'm pretty
Story
sure that
2,
was the
but-
first season of
I
Dexter.
thought you meant by messed up
Maybe
like
second?
cut their hair.
No, like
I did
freeze
that,
them into
yes.
balls and then like make like
That's
Barbie
Sid
head
stuff.
doll bombs and
That
like-
was college.
Oh,
Calm
we had
down.
popsicles.
what?
I'm just imagining little popsicles with Barbie heads.
Christ. Well, like my sister had some, and I was a terrible kid. Whatever. So like, she inherited a lot of my old Barbies, and I was mad that she got them. So one night, because I'm a terrible person back in the day and now,
Barbie
I
slips.
I hung them to the ceiling fan by their necks with like shoelaces. And like when she woke up one
man.
morning, I went, "Time to die," and I threw on the fan. like that. I just left.
Lindsay, they were innocent.
Oh yeah, I know.
What is wrong with you?
There you go.
I saved the world a whole bunch.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's you guys are crazy.
I
Take
was
that,
nice to my
Leslie.
dolls.
See, that's funny because I did something similar to my sister, but it
Time
was
to
like
die.
I was like a kid, and I remember there was some a boy over that she had a crush on, and
Chris.
so I
Wait, how old at this point?
I don't remember. I was probably like 9 or something,
And
or
she was?
8, like 10 to 11 or 12 or something, and there was a boy over that she had a crush on, and I put tampons on the ceiling
Yes.
fan.
Yes.
So they were just like a spinning tampons.
At that point, did you even know what tampons were for?
I knew that if you put them in water, they exploded.
Yeah, well, not
Like-
I wouldn't use the word
Exploded, but like that was the thing. I was
careful
like,
there.
I remember I
They
was like,
expanded.
yeah, they expanded. But like that was like a cool thing. It's like you pop them out and you like put them in water, but
Stop a
So
nosebleed.
like me and my little brother would be like, this is so cool. Let's just do them all.
I can imagine you and like baby Chris playing with tampons. Like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever. Why don't they make
Explode.
When are they gonna make these for guys?
But yeah, so it's like one of those things where me and my little brother were like, well, what can we do? Like, let's get those exploding cotton balls.
Perfect. Done.
That she keeps to herself, and let's put them on the ceiling fan.
So you put them up there, and then what?
Turn the fan on.
Duh.
And her boyfriend?
It wasn't her boyfriend.
Her
It was a
friend who
guy
was a boy.
Watched
Son.
in
Was it her
horror.
friend who
Yeah,
was a boy,
yeah.
or was it your friend?
It was her friend that was a boy.
And I'm sure she was very
He
embarrassed.
laughed. He thought
That's
it was really
awesome.
funny.
He was like, dude, that Chris guy's pretty cool.
To this day, she still puts them on her ceiling fan. It works.
I did
Well,
like
it's easy. You just you need one, you just go. Pop.
Yeah, there you go. Done.
Ready to go.
I did the frozen underwear thing a few times. So it was a battle with me and my sister. You freeze each other's underwear. Yeah.
What did you do?
What?
Freeze your underwear.
But then don't you have multiple pairs of underwear?
No,
that
you freeze all of them. You freeze every single pair of underwear that person owns that night.
That is
in-
an amazing prank.
Yeah.
into ice cubes, or just like you just
put it in the
them
freezer.
and they're cold?
Oh, no, you let it sit for a while because my sister didn't discover it. She was like, wait a minute, where's all my underwear? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe mom and dad are getting you new clothes. So she got excited and was like, I'm getting new clothes. I'm getting new clothes. I'm like, they're freezing right now. So by the time she got them, they were like pretty stiff. Like you couldn't put them on.
Did
So,
you
yeah.
wet them first or just
Yes,
put them in the freezer?
gotta wet them.
Oh, that is cruel.
That's-
Not only were they like
That is pretty
ice,
messed up.
I thought they were just cold.
No, if you want to know how to be a terrible older sister, just ask me for advice. I can do that.
I was an older sister too. I didn't get to do any of that shit. I'm just not nearly inventive enough.
Now we're
you
like
missed out.
this. Growing up,
I think that's the way all siblings are.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I'm really disappointed in myself as an older sister.
We'll get back to that in a minute to talk about your disappointment.
Me too.
I want to read this really fast. This episode is also brought to you by Squarespace. Start building your website today at squarespace.com. For a free trial and 10% off your first purchase, go to squarespace.com/roosterteeth. Squarespace, build it beautiful. We'll also talk about maybe how Lindsay had her wedding website on Squarespace, which is really
yeah, I
cool.
did.
With Squarespace, your site will look professionally designed regardless of skill level, no coding required at all. They have intuitive and easy-to-use tools, and Squarespace has state-of-the-art technology powering your site to ensure security and stability. Trusted by millions of people and some of the most respected brands in the world, Squarespace starts at $8 a month, and you get a free domain if you sign up for a year. Start your free trial today. Start your free trial site today with no credit card required at squarespace.com. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure to visit squarespace.com/roosterteeth for a free trial and to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace, build it beautiful.
Jeez.
So yeah, did you use Squarespace for your wedding website? Because
I
that
did.
was beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I was happy. It was, again, exactly like you said, it was very easy to use. I could upload things pretty easily. They have little quadrants for every section. So if I was like, I want to put a picture right here, bam, done. All of my menu for the wedding, bam, done. Here's a video of me and Michael hanging out together, bam, done. And all my relatives saw it and they were like, oh, this is so professional. It must have cost so much to hire someone to do this. I'm like, yeah, I hired
So
someone
much.
to do that. Don't worry about it. No, I did it at home in like 15 minutes. But it was good. It worked really well.
It did.
It looked very professional. So I would absolutely do it again.
It made you guys look way fancier than you actually
Oh,
are.
yeah,
What,
absolutely.
you get married again?
Yeah, maybe one day.
Just to
We'll
build
put it out
another
there.
website as
Fuck
an
it.
excuse.
Yeah, I got time.
Like, bam.
Just be like, our vows, they need renewing. I need a new
What's
website.
the earliest you can renew vows where you're not a piece of shit?
Well, it's already been
It's funny. I mean, you could do like just do it and just see what happens.
yeah, just like fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just like every anniversary, you're like, renewed.
Done.
Well, you guys have been married for a year and a half.
Yep. You're
How
not.
does renewing vows even work? Like, what is the?
I think
I've been to one, and it was like a mini wedding ceremony for them. But it was just like their family and friends came over. It wasn't anything big, and they just said, "All right, do you? I do. Do you? I do. Hey, we're renewed." And that was it. And then we just had like beer and hung out.
Did they wear
so
like
it's
the
like
wedding
an excuse for like another wedding. I assume
Basically,
that this is mostly
like a smaller wedding.
all right, this is, generalizing a little bit, but I assume it's mostly ladies who like, weddings are fun. Let's do another one.
Yeah.
But
I got
is
the
it-
second dress that I didn't use.
See, I didn't know
Like,
if
reuse
it
the
was a
first.
thing where it's like the wedding is not going, or the marriage is like rocky, and then
I've seen
they
that,
renew
yeah.
it as like, hey guys, it's all good, calm down.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Or if
Well,
it's
like as a PR stunt.
I don't know.
No,
You're like shaking hands
or,
at the altar.
or
like,
just like between themselves. even.
renewing vows to me, now that I'm thinking about it, seems very selfish and very like self-centered. Of just like, hey guys, just wanted to remind you we're in love, and in case you forgot from our wedding like a year
Remind
ago,
you.
we're still in love. So come celebrate us again. Like,
It's like, oh, and we're gonna have canapes.
well, Barbara just got uninvited.
oh,
to
damn
our
it!
wedding.
I mean, it's great, and love should be celebrated all the time.
If it was to do something like that, I want to do something ridiculous where it's like, I don't know, you're in the middle of a luge competition. You're like, I do, like as you're going down the hill or something like that. It'd have to be crazy.
I
I could do my match trick.
Yeah.
Right.
Fling fire.
You fling it
people.
at me
Yeah.
as I'm going down the hill and I'll catch it. It'll be great.
We just
Yeah.
have to set
You
up some
chug a pint of
guidelines.
beer.
It's selfish unless you have a chocolate fountain and a bouncy castle for adults.
There you go.
Everyone has to have fun.
Exactly, and it's in Hawaii for some reason.
Yes.
Just make it in
Right.
Hawaii.
Some of the
They have to be in Hawaii. It's a thing.
Some of the best parties I've been to are, I went as an adult and they had a bouncy house.
Do they let you in bouncy houses? I've heard terrifying things that sometimes they just don't let you into the bouncy castle because you weigh too much.
I think if there's no kids there,
Yeah.
you're okay. But
Okay.
I think
like
if there
it-
It's like an
this is
adult
like-
pool. Yeah.
People who they were having a house party and they're like, let's get a bouncy house.
And fuck it.
And so it's just like
no, don't fuck the bouncy house, Lindsay.
I'll
Cut
tell you
a
a
hole
story
in it
about
and go
that
to
after.
town.
it's just like it's just like that's a cool thing for a house party.
a bouncy house.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining a bunch of drunk college kids who are like, wah! Like
It's
bouncing
isn't
around.
even-
Well,
This
we
is like-
we
this
talked
was
about
like
for
Vomit
RTX.
everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted to have a fun house bouncy house at
I would love
RTX.
that.
Fun house.
Fun
Yeah.
house.
Fun house. Yeah.
Bouncy
Fun
house.
It would just
bouncy
it would
house.
just be a fun house, right?
Fun house, exactly. But I mean, time and budget and all that stuff didn't allow us to do it space.
Yeah.
So maybe next year, maybe we'll have a ball pit like everyone was requesting from DashCon.
I
no,
can't.
yeah.
I
that
thought
was
it would be
Dashcon,
funny if we
Yeah,
had a ball
we
pit.
we have a ball pit here somewhere.
We do. It was for the office tour video.
Right.
Yeah.
That
But
we
it
did.
just after that it just hung around for ages.
I'm not complaining. I
Yeah.
spent an hour in there a day.
Yeah.
Not actually. I wish I did.
I totally forgot about it until this moment, but my Michael's nephew had a birthday party with a bounce house, and there was definitely a moment where I was the only adult, and I was like, "This feels really weird." Like I'm the only big person here. Like, yeah, bounce houses are
You
awesome,
should just
man.
sat in the middle of it and had all the kids bounce around you like
Come
you're the
around
queen.
me, children.
Like in that situation, is it okay to be like the Godzilla and throwing kids?
Right? I
against,
feel like it's okay. It's all padded.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
be
Like
aggressive. At
but
this
like
point.
kid, like when I was a kid,
Let's not get
it
crazy
was
with
fun
it.
to like wrestle with the guy that would like throw. Like who would wrestle?
Damn straight.
Like, and I think it'd be cool just be throwing kids.
You're wrestling.
Yeah, that's
know,
the
like,
one
just-
okay where it's okay to
you
abuse
throw
children.
kids everywhere.
I mean,
kids
if
love
the
it.
kids come to you to get chucked, then
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. It's like when you're swimming with your parents and your dad would like throw
you into the
Yep.
pool.
And
Yeah,
You'd be like, again,
Absolutely.
again. You'd be the dad.
yeah.
There's
I
a
used,
place here in
I usually
Austin.
like throwing kids. Let's not go that far.
Chris doesn't care where it is; it'll happen.
He needs to make it happen.
We should have like an office outing to what's it called? Jumpoline. There's
Yeah.
a place here in Austin that's like the building that's all trampolines.
That was next to the old office, right? Yeah,
yeah, it's,
Or wasn't
yeah,
that like
it's down south.
Wazoo's?
it's
or-
a similar place. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. We've taken the boys there a couple times, and I'm pretty sure Bernie and I have just as much fun. I remembered how to do flips.
Oh my god. Do they
That's
have like
awesome.
a foam pit there too? Because I know there's some like trampoline places that have a pit that's full of these like
Oh,
foam
yeah, yeah,
blocks
yeah,
Like
they
the
have-
gymnastic
that
pool
you
pit.
could jump into like a pool.
I'm
was-
not sure they do there, but I think they might have a bouncy house.
There was we did a Zach Anner, we did a workout Wednesday at a trampoline place. It was
Yeah.
like all trampolines, and they had a foam pit and stuff. Yeah,
so
it was
jealous.
fun.
Have you ever seen people jump into the foam pit but they can't get out? That happened to me a couple
What
times.
you mean, like everybody?
Yeah, well, like I took gymnastics as a kid, and there were definitely times where someone would be like, "Wee!" and they hop in. They were like, at a certain point, it switched from happiness to pure panic. They're like, "Yeah, this is okay. Okay,
They
I want to
are
get out of here
hard.
now, please. Someone, oh my god!"
Trying
And they're
to,
like
like, swim
sinking
up.
into it. Yeah,
I didn't know you did gymnastics.
old school.
Learning
Like-
a lot about
like-
Lindsay today.
I played a lot of sports back in the day. I don't do shit now.
Like, what level did you get to? Could you do like back bends and like back handsprings?
I used to be able to do a back handspring. I can't now because I suck. I can still do the splits. which I like to
Really?
do on escalators, like elf style, because it trips people out. So I do that every now and
You
then.
should do the splits while chugging a pint of beer with your teeth.
I'll do it.
I like it.
And then
This'll
I'll
be your
marry that
party trick.
woman.
That'll be
Michael and I will have a polygamous
let's-
relationship.
make it a stretch goal for extra life.
Absolutely. I'll do the splits on camera. Fuck it. I'll stretch my groin
I always
for you.
You're welcome, Michael.
I always wanted to be able to do tumbling.
It's pretty fun.
When I was in like junior high, I took one of those. When I was in junior high, I was desperate for people to like me, and I had no idea how to interact. I was that super
I think we
awkward,
feel you.
like. When I was like, I wish people liked me. Why don't people like me? And then people, like, anytime there was a conversation, I'd be like this. So, but
For
one
the
of
audio
things
listeners, that was
that was.
In anime, it would be.
So one of my parents' solutions was they suggested I take a cheerleading class and go in for cheerleaders.
Oh, good.
In junior high school, and so I took a cheerleading class.
nothing could go wrong with that.
It was less that, well, it was more that I had nothing to do, like I had nothing in common with any of the girls. They're all like, we know how to do hair, and watch this, bing, I did the splits, and I was like, I really like dragons, and one day I want to be a veterinarian for horses. and like I never got to the splits. I could never even just do a back bend.
Oh, yeah,
or
like the actual
even the one
bridge.
where you like walk over.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
back
I could
walk
never
over.
do any of that. And to this day it haunts me, and I wish that I could.
Like, were you the kid in Bring It On, that one girl who was like, your school has no gymnastics team, this is a last resort?
Yeah.
Yes,
That was Ashley.
pretty
She
much.
ended up to be really good. So
Yeah.
Screw
Maybe
that
Ashley
kid.
was great too.
That's
I
true.
wanted to take gymnastics as a kid, but only it was step 2 of my 3-step plan to become a Ninja Turtle.
Okay, what was step 1?
What, karate?
Turn
Okay.
green.
Did you take karate?
I took karate,
Okay.
and that's as far as I got.
Did you roll around in ooze?
So you got through step 1.
Yeah, and then step 1 was karate. Step 2 was gymnastics, so I could do flips and stuff.
What's step 3?
Ooze.
Yes. Find a friend rat.
Like,
Wait. Did you want to do?
Just back up for like 2 minutes.
Let's break this down.
You legitimately wanted to be a Ninja Turtle.
yes.
Which one? Or were you just going to be a new one?
I just wanted to be a Ninja
Oh,
Turtle.
okay.
How old were you? Let's wait. I need to.
I
like,
think I
figure-
was 6 or 7.
Okay.
So I was pretty young. I was like, I think it was 6. 'Cause I think that's when I took karate.
Okay. In my mind, I was picturing like 14-year-old Chris.
Oh, this was like yesterday. Chris did this after work.
When was this? Last week.
Yeah.
Duh.
10, 11 months ago.
I didn't realize, someone told me maybe like a couple months ago, but I didn't realize that was the same ooze that made Daredevil blind. Is the ones that turn the TMNT into TMNT.
Oh, is
That's
it
a,
really?
really?
Apparently, yeah.
Man,
in canon.
talk about
yeah.
bad luck.
Can I
Same
just
thing.
say, by the way, that the is it the Netflix Daredevil?
It's so good.
So good.
Amazing show.
Really, really good.
The
In fact,
cinematography alone.
in
Oh,
fact, I have an admission to make. After getting after Bernie for watching Game of Thrones without me,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
I watched Daredevil without him.
Yes.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Does he know
Nice.
this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And here comes Bernie out of the wings.
Such a good show.
Yeah,
was waiting
I
for it.
we
Different episodes. She would do it while I slept.
to be
Was
fair,
that
I
being
tried to
lazy,
put it
Bernie?
on before he slept, but then he would sleep, and I'd go, he clearly doesn't care. And I would just keep watching it.
Nice. Getting popped.
Nice, Barb.
Don't call attention to it.
Look
popping
at
off
look
now.
at the head on that one.
Michael and I reached that point
So I
too where we
committed to sin.
decide whether or not we're going to move on in a show. Like recently we watched Luther. Great show. I don't know if you had a chance to. It's like Idris Elba's one of his premiere roles. But there was a point where I was sleeping, same thing, and Michael was like, I want to finish the show, but I love my wife. I'm going to finish this show. And then that's it.
I think you need like
make a decision.
shows
Yeah.
that you watch with the person you're dating.
Absolutely.
And then you need shows that you watch independently.
Yeah. Or there's like a contract of like, if I sleep for so many hours,
yeah.
you're free to watch the
And
next
if you
episode.
shake them
Yeah.
and said like,
Yeah.
hey, do you want to watch this? And then they're like,
And they're like,
Oh, yeah, I've done this
They
as
said
well.
it was cool.
permission.
My wife is a lazy fuck, so I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
That happened with True Detective with me and Aaron. We started watching the first season, and like that show is a slow burn at the beginning. Like it takes a while.
It does take a bit to pick up.
And like we only started watching it like late at night, so I was already tired, and I would always fall asleep through every episode. And I'm just like, you know what? You keep watching. I'm gonna sleep right here on the couch. I'll watch it on my own later.
How many hours do you sleep usually?
I mean, usually a good 8 hours every night. Yeah.
Michael sleeps like 3 or 4 hours.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. He'll
Is
stay
he
up all
Napoleon?
night and then wake up at like 5 in the morning. I'm like,
How?
how do I compete with that? I'm always going to be the lazy fuck in the relationship. Come on.
Just
I'm
because you're
like,
a normal
I'm like a
human
10-hour
being.
Yeah.
sleeper. 10 hours.
Yeah.
That's ideal.
I slept until 11 on Sunday, and Michael was like, someone had a nice sleep. I was like, all right, calm down, Mr. I'm up at 4.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry.
Like, yes, I did have a nice
It
sleep.
was
Thank
great.
you for
Yeah,
mentioning it.
I'd sleep until 11, like every weekend day. If I don't, something is wrong.
I'm to the point now where 8 o'clock is sleeping in for me. I'm like, man, that
No,
was late.
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, wow.
He's having
I
that
am
kind
so
of
sorry.
impact
I'm
for you?
adjusting to Michael's cycle. It's bad. Yeah. I'm going to start waking up early.
See,
You're
there
in
you
Is
go.
he, is he
You're
gonna
starting
have,
to
cycle.
is he
Yeah.
gonna have his period with you?
He borrows my tampons sometimes if he really
Hangs them
needs
on the
one.
fans.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it was time to die. Flicks it on.
I remember I was over at your guys' new place, which is amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
And you guys were talking about what's that murder mystery show that you guys watch?
Oh, Forensic Files.
Forensic Files.
It's the best.
And I was like, oh, have you guys seen? You must have seen The Jinx then, because if you like this kind of stuff. And both you and Michael were just like, no.
We hadn't at the time.
Hold
I
on,
knew
Chris,
of it.
what was that response?
It's crazy.
It's so good.
And then I think like
it's
that
so hard
night we
not to
watched an
spoil it
episode.
too. You're like,
And then I remember Michael tweeted like the next morning, like, just finished The Jinx. And I was like, I told you guys about this last night.
oh, we watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was great. It was enthralling.
I love that whole series.
My problem with TV is that I don't particularly like TV to make me think. I save that for books. TV is something that I've figured out the secret. TV is now the thing that I do on the treadmill, where Bernie plays games on the treadmill, and he is currently completely addicted to The Witcher. I watch.
Perfectly fine. I can be addicted to anything.
You're right,
I can
sweetie.
stop when I want to.
You
The first
you
step
can
is
be,
admitting
Stop
Bernie
when
You
he
can be
wants to.
addicted to whatever you like, and I approve. But I'm doing TV because
Yeah.
I run a lot, and so I can't play games anymore. I don't have the coordination to
It's
very
good
run.
to
hard.
zone
And
out with.
It's great. So I watched all of. I can hear his
I know, we hear
megaphone
your
getting
click
ready to
come
go
in.
off. He's breathing into it. I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and it's fantastic.
That is a
That's a good show.
surprisingly funny show.
It took me ages to get into it. It's one of those shows that I was meant to start watching. And now I've got a whole queue of stuff. Now that I'm doing a lot of running, I'm like, I'm going to watch this next. I'm going to watch this next. You know what's on the list? Black Mirror.
I've heard Black Mirror
Which,
is really good.
if you like The Jinx, it's not a documentary, but it's an exploration of where current technology could lead to, which is generally a bad place.
Is it like virtual reality-esque or
No,
just
it's like-
invasion
isn't it
of
like-
privacy?
Each episode is its own
Standalone.
a standalone story.
Yes.
The first one that I've only seen 1 or 2 episodes. The first one is a like some sort of terrorist type person kidnaps a like the prime minister's daughter or something. Some
Is this a-
royal person.
Naturally.
This is a shot from
And
it.
then says we're going to kill this person.
Unless.
What is this?
And unless this other governor or whatever, some sort of official has sex with a pig on camera.
Oh,
Which,
yeah.
interestingly enough,
The pig gate. That happened today.
dude fucked a dead pig.
What?
Yeah. You didn't hear
What?
about that?
You
That
didn't
was
hear
all
about
over
that? I
Twitter.
thought you were leading into this topical
No.
thing.
No.
No, that was a Twitter hashtag.
A British government official. I don't
tried.
know his position. I apologize. I didn't
Many
do,
positions, apparently.
I didn't do a lot of research on this beforehand because I didn't know we were going to discuss it. But a British prime minister who I believe he's lobbied against, or he outlawed face-sitting porn and stuff like that. Turned
I
out,
remember hearing about
right,
yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
It turns out he fucked a dead pig.
Oh my.
What?
Yeah.
So let's just
Don't
all
you
take
sit on
that
a
in
face,
for a
though.
second. No face
So
sitting,
what-
but pigs go wild.
Hog wild.
Right? That's what I was just going to say.
There you go.
He wasn't behind the whole outlawing of dildos, too, because I know that happened in the UK where they're like, no dildos.
Wait,
like,
what?
Yeah, there was a whole thing. It was maybe like half a year ago where they were like, you can't have dildos in porn. Like, we're not about it. That's not cool. And Gavin was like, what the hell?
Like girls got to be getting real pounded or
So
else.
like,
Yeah, basically.
was he oinking?
A bit. Yes. He was squealing, Barbara.
Please come see me, Michael. In Australia, they can't have porn with girls with small boobs.
That's true.
Wait,
in Australia, there's a thing.
Are you serious?
Where it's,
Can't?
Here's let me just let me explain.
Okay.
Sorry,
There
our
is-
outrage.
There
to
are
now.
no.
Angry.
I get it. There's a law in Australia about women with small cup sizes in porn because they believe that it makes you look underage.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
They're very specific about it too.
Explain Gwen Stefani to me right now.
Bitch be fit.
But also, like,
and flat and beautiful.
I assume
So
to
hot.
be in the porn
How is
industry.
she still so hot?
I don't know. She's amazing. She's a wizard.
I assume to be in the porn industry, obviously, you have to be over 18, or is it 21?
No, I think legally it's 18,
18.
pretty much everywhere. It's 16 in some places. It might be.
And so, like, obviously, if it's like
sure.
a porn that's been produced, it's obviously legal, and the women
Theoretically,
and the
yes,
men
but
are
they
of
don't-
age.
But they don't want it to even appear as if it's an underage.
I understand the
person.
mentality, but that I know so many women who are grown who like don't have boobs. It just
Yeah.
doesn't happen. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
it's just-
but yeah.
I think that
All
law was
different types
passed
and sizes
not
and
that
shapes.
long ago, maybe a year or two, and there was a lot of outrage in Australia because perfectly adult legal actresses were like, "What the hell? That's not okay."
Yeah, I'm out of a job now. I'm like, bam.
Yeah,
Can't
it's
do anything else.
porn can be really strange in a lot of places.
Chris is
Like the-
nodding
like
his
the
head
laws about
yeah.
porn are
Yeah,
weird.
it can.
Tell us more, Chris.
I don't want to comment.
Chris is
Speaking
like,
of-
finally, someone identifies with my opinion.
Speaking
on
of
porn.
delicious things. Segue. That's how you do a segue, guys.
What a segue.
I'm so excited when my nature box gets delivered to my doorstep, because that's when I get my favorite snacks and I don't have to lift a finger to get them. From my personal favorites like coconut cashews and flax fortune cookies, which are delicious, so order those with your next box. NatureBox has over 100 ridiculously delicious snacks to choose from that get delivered directly to your doorstep. And there's zero chance of getting bored because they release brand new choices every single month. NatureBox is full of flavor, but without any of the junk. Just fun, flavorful snacks made with ingredients that you could trust. Plus, they've got a smart snack guarantee, so if there's ever anything you don't love, let the helpful folks at NatureBox know and they'll replace it in your next box. Easy and satisfying. Go online to get your first box at naturebox.com/roosterteeth. Head to naturebox.com/roosterteeth right now to unbox a world of taste and possibility. One last time, that's naturebox.com/roosterteeth for your first box of beyond tasty, hand-picked snacks sent directly to your doorstep. And remember, the Smart Snack Guarantee takes the risk out of snacking. Because we all know there's a lot of risk in snacking.
That was the most sexual thing I've ever heard.
I know, right? It's a good thing that never mind. I'm not going to say it. I was going to make a joke about something else, but that would be inappropriate.
One of the things that I like best about this office is that in the kitchen, right above the snack station, there's like these bags of like chips and granola bars and all this crazy stuff. And then there are these nice canisters with like nicely displayed canisters of like, here are your dried peach slices. Here
Healthy
are
food.
these
Thank
nice
you.
little nuts. And I'm like, I go to get chips and be bad.
Yeah.
And then I go, I fill up my nice little cup of NatureBox stuff.
See,
and
I take
it
my
back to
empty
desk,
chip
and I
bag.
feel so much better about myself.
You get the fruit guilt
Also,
trip.
is Bernie still there?
No.
No? Okay. Hey, Bernie,
Yes,
did you or did you not steal me and Gus's nature box?
I can stop whenever I want.
Because we ordered a nature box a month ago, didn't get it. I see Bernie crunching on stuff.
Oh, that's a shame.
Damn it, Bernie.
I ordered such good stuff this month too, so
Can I fact check something for you guys?
yeah, fact check something.
Who you guys are talking about was David Cameron,
David Cameron,
the current prime minister,
Prime Minister.
and he didn't. Twitter wants to be very clear. He didn't fuck a pig. He just stuck his dick in its mouth.
Yes.
He didn't
I'm
fuck a
sorry.
pig,
He
just
okay. So
stuck
he
his
just
dick
that
in
is
his
what I
mouth.
heard.
How do people? How did he get discovered as a?
I don't know. Like,
As
did
a
someone
pig
walk in
blowjob
on that?
bird?
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, do we need to discuss like is oral sex sex?
It was an initiation.
It's
Go
still called sex. To me, oral sex is, but that's the same as anal. It's sex. I'm sorry.
If you're sticking your dick in something, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude fucked a pig. Sorry.
I've seen
Yeah.
American Pie. I know how it goes.
yeah. Lost his virginity to that pie.
Have you seen the video
Poor
of the
sweet
dude
pie.
in Portland who's fucking a truck?
No.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did. And he's like, but. I use protection.
Yeah, that's the whole
God.
thing. He like clarifies of like, no, it
don't
was
have little
safe
truck
sex.
babies.
Yeah,
Wait, so wait, how do you?
exhaust pipe, man.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
Is
to
he
be
just
fair,
really
though,
attracted to his truck?
I don't know. I think it was someone else's truck too. It wasn't even his. It was like some homeless guy.
That truck, you dirty, you cheated. on me.
You smell like another truck. Where have you been?
Your mother trucker.
gotta be honest though, like if the tailpipe is like of size,
Dude,
like is he using like some padding in there, or is he just like
He's got a pump.
Maybe he just like really likes vehicles.
Well, but like tailpipes are at least that big around, right?
He's a very tall
He's
man.
getting some tail.
Right.
Yes, he
but
was.
does he have some crazy like
tailgate.
girth, or does he have padding in there, or like what? Because damn,
I mean,
that looks like. I mean, the only
Maybe
only
he
thing,
like kind of like
at
pretty
this-
fat.
Like at that
spins
point,
it
the only
around
thing he
inside
can
of it.
have sex with is a truck, because girls are gonna be like, nah.
Maybe he's
like
really
babies pass through there, but no.
No, yeah. Maybe he's really chodly too, so he's got girth but no length.
Do you say chodly?
Chodly.
Totally.
Yeah. Chode is my favorite word. I say chode all the
It's
time.
a great word. It is a
never
really
heard
great
the
word.
term
If you call someone a chode,
chodly.
like you fucking chode. People are like, "What? Oh my god!" Like they're so upset about it. I'm like, "That's right."
But it's
That's
just
right.
because of the way it sounds.
Yeah.
Like there's no issue with that. So
So,
like
by all means.
like G spot's
If you
only
chode hard.
like
Don't
like,
be embarrassed.
Look, you hit the G spot, you're fine.
yeah,
But it's such a great word. It sounds awesome.
What?
chode.
I might sound a little incompetent here, but what
Oh,
is-
I'll
I've
educate
heard
you.
the word chode.
Yes,
What is a chode?
a chode, in my experience, is a dick that is wider than it is long.
Oh,
It's like got some crazy like girth,
Like-
but like not
Yes.
so much of the length.
Yeah.
something that you would like maybe rub this way instead of this way.
Something where you're like, maybe you should use your tongue at this point.
Like maybe just like
Saying.
can't
Licking a flat surface,
get your hand around.
just patting it.
Chris,
was
tell us
a-
more.
The time where
I've never encountered a chode, so
Chris is not a chode.
I don't have too much experience.
Good.
Chris, does this give you some disturbing insight into how women talk?
No, I mean, I would imagine it. You know, like
Do dudes compare dicks sometimes? It happens. Don't lie.
maybe it's one of those. I don't ever. It's one of those things. Sometimes if you're peeing,
How many sausage slices are you?
no, it's one of those.
Pepperoni, Lindsay.
Oh, sorry, yeah. He's not Italian.
There's
I apologize.
different types of friend groups. There's the friend groups who get naked together,
I know
and
that.
then there are friend groups who don't.
Yes.
I think that also is very dependent on age.
No, not at all.
Well, now we know which one Bernie's in.
Yeah. For women, that's absolutely true. But go
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where there's certain friends I've seen naked on accident, and we're like, ah, man, I just saw his dick.
No,
But
fuck.
it's never like a thing where it's like, let's all get naked.
Check out our dicks
know?
together. Let's compare. Get some side by side.
If you have to measure, do you measure from the top, like the top pubic hairs to tip, or do you measure from the juncture of the balls to the tip?
Ooh, I
I've
would
always
think top of
wondered
pubic
this.
hair, but
What do you do personally?
Oh well,
Chris.
I guess from like the pelvis.
Right, like so, like you're
Yeah.
right, like there's
Yeah, yeah.
there's the top and then there's the bottom.
Yeah,
Yes.
Do you measure from the top or the bottom?
I guess the top.
I would imagine
yeah.
the top.
Well,
I think
like,
that makes most sense.
for
You know what's
dudes, yeah.
funny?
What's
When I
funny?
That was creepy. Go on. Yes.
so I remember.
this guy with his chode.
No. I remember being in
It was very chodly that day.
like middle school or elementary school, and like you're going through puberty, and things are changing and stuff.
What
Yup.
kind of things, Chris?
What your things
So-
are changing? Okay.
And so like I was like, okay, so it's growing, but I was like trying to keep track of like
Was it growing or showing?
Both.
I was trying to keep track of the rate of
and
growth.
I was just trying to be
and
a
I was,
Ninja Turtle. Thing
So I was like, all right, well,
Whose didn't
I'll use like like this section of my finger, like I'll use like see comparatively how it grows compared to like this part of my finger.
Fair enough.
Were you assuming that your finger was also
See,
growing?
that's the problem. I was like, it's not growing, and then I realized my hand was growing at the also.
I also like the
And then whenever I used
unit of
a-
measurement.
I used a non bias
A fair
system of
measurement.
Something
measurement.
that doesn't grow with
Then I
you.
was like, oh, okay, yeah.
I am well
we are seeing
endowed.
some
Good.
We are
progress.
seeing results.
There's progress here, damn it. For the future.
I like the idea of you marking it. You know how like kids measure their height
Yeah,
on like,
yeah.
the doorway?
Chris measures his dick like, yeah,
It's
I
like
made
you
it
have,
to
like,
the
a
third
slab
knuckle
of
today.
wood that you're just like, yeah, age 12.
I remember specifically, and again, I totally forgot about it until this podcast is bringing up a lot of memories for me. But in elementary school, I remember one time a couple of kids were hanging out together, a couple of dudes, and they pulled out their dicks and were like, and being little kids, like, I'm peeing on
school?
stuff. Yeah, like elementary school, like recess, I guess. But, we're Texas people, so shit's crazy. I remember as a kid being sad that I couldn't do it too. And I was like, I don't have one of those. And I just like sulked away and sat in a corner and
Poor
cried.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I went to school when I did, with the whole thing with this Ahmed kid getting when he got suspended because
that's the whole reason I left DFW.
Arrested.
Was it
arrested.
suspended or arrested? Either way,
But
what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's just everything is so like very careful.
It brings
these
up again
days
the,
that
the
I just-
sensitivity and the like everyone being so overly cautious and overly sensitive.
The biggest thing that
about a lot
pissed
of
me off was
details.
they interrogated him without his parents present. So they just went ahead and
That's
said, all right,
fucked
That's
up.
yeah.
full illegal, right?
Yeah, that's the whole issue, the biggest issue they're having right now. And I was like, that fucking sucks. It's terrible. But unfortunately, a mentality like that is very, very
I
prominent
know it doesn't
in Dallas.
forgive the whole thing, but did you see President Obama's tweet?
Oh, yeah,
my
it was
God.
like, sup.
Which was pretty awesome.
And like he's been getting a whole bunch of stuff. Like I know that Microsoft sent him a
I
whole
saw
bunch
that.
of
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
Microsoft.
being like, hey, keep kicking ass, kid.
Yeah, keep
like
learning.
all that's really great, but it doesn't erase the fact that this kid got in trouble for doing something amazing. I couldn't have built a damn clock. I still couldn't build a clock.
I can barely read clocks.
There you go. Even
I
if
try.
it's digital.
If
Yeah.
they're digital, yeah, it helps.
like,
Except
it's-
unless they've got like one of those pieces missing, and then you never like one of the sides, like one of just little bits, and you never know like what time it really is.
Oh, yeah. Instead of 7, it's like a dash and this dash. You're like, what?
And you're like, I will never know time again. We've stepped outside. Did we go through that wormhole that Stephen Hawking was talking about?
Yes. We passed through the chode and
Do you,
left.
think do you think less people have watches nowadays because of cell phones?
Absolutely.
Damn.
Other than you two.
Well,
Kinda
yeah,
old
but I don't
school.
use my watch as a watch.
Use it as a phone, essentially.
Yeah.
Like a text message and
Yeah, this thing will tell. Hold on, it's telling me to stand up and move for a minute so that I can get my goals.
you can wait 3 minutes.
for the.
Is that an Apple Watch?
Yes.
Nice.
And now I'm a total dickhead. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, hold on, my cat's taking a shit. Oh yeah, cool. It tells me everything.
Wow. Do you feel like it's almost too intrusive?
It is a little bit, but mostly I just get mad at it because it's not nearly as nice to me about calorie tracking as my Fitbit and all that other stuff was.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying really, really hard to get in shape again, and so I'm running and I'm going to the gym and trying to like lift weights until I get like, which is really fast. And I get to the end and I'm like I did so many calories, and it's like
Oh.
it's way meaner to me than anything else is, which in a way is motivating. I think my watch is negging me.
Oh, no.
It maybe, but
It's
maybe
like,
that's
keep
what
running,
you need.
fatty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, all right.
it's-
Oh,
Come on,
tired
watch.
already, huh?
exactly.
Been sitting for an hour, huh?
It's
Maybe
super
I'd
mean.
eaten those
Cool.
Oreos earlier. You'd be able to run more. Okay, watch. Calm down.
I'm going to tighten myself on your wrist now to make you feel fatter.
Yeah. So I don't use it as a watch though. I still use. Even so, like I've got this, and I will still pull out my phone and be like, "What time is it?"
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I just run around like a madman at work, especially with like X-Ray and Vav and Ruby and all that stuff that I do, along with the Achievement Hunter. I'm just going from place to place to place, so I need this. I don't even bring my phone. I'll be like, "What time is it? Ah! Oh my god, I'm on time. Okay, thank God." So I just constantly look at my watch all the time. I need it.
I especially like the flappy bit.
Yeah, my little flappy bit.
We speaking of Ruby, we should probably mention that we're going to be at New York Comic Con
Oh, we are, yeah.
coming up in October, early October. Lindsay and I will be there.
Carrie Miles.
Carrie Miles and I think Gray as well will be there. So
We'd love to come see you. Say
good,
hello.
good
That's
crew
awesome.
coming out. So
Yeah.
if you want to come see us, I don't know our booth number yet, but it'll be the Rooster
We'd
Teeth
love to
booth,
see your
and we have a
cosplay.
panel I think on Thursday night.
We'll read your fanfic.
We'll do everything.
Yeah, I'll do it.
So come see us in New York. And then also we should probably mention Social Disorder before
Yes.
we finish up on the podcast here.
So
Yeah.
your first episode came out.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I've been looking forward to this episode since I had this is a very sad thing when Joe the cat went missing.
Oh, yeah.
I posted on the Austin subreddit. I made a throwaway and posted on the Austin subreddit that like my cat was missing, and if anyone had seen him, please let let me know, etc. And as I was just monitoring that subreddit hardcore, I saw this free yoga scam, and I was like, I was like, oh shit! I think they're shooting Social Disorder this weekend. I went and looked at it, and I was like, oh my god, it's so. And from that point on, like even without seeing any of the footage that you guys were working with, I was like, I cannot wait for this episode.
Yeah.
You are utterly ridiculous. How do you do it?
There are some good ass episodes this season.
I feel
I've
like
seen
Social
certain
Disorder
episodes.
was made for you, Chris. Like that's your
was it?
humor to
Well,
a T.
Which is
Yeah.
interesting too, though, because it's like you you don't strike me as the kind of person that's like crazy, like out there, like just being super weird. I mean, you're
It's
just
because
generally
Chris
weird.
is so innocent and
He's
that
just
you
weird.
wouldn't suspect him of trying to do something
He knows how to
devious.
make people uncomfortable, though. That's how he tricks you.
Yeah.
What did
Yeah.
he say it was like? He's so like sexually non-intimidating,
Non-threatening.
non-threatening. There we
So
go.
Yes.
So social disorder,
You're
perfect
very
show.
chodly, Chris.
There we
Yeah.
go. Here's a little bit of it where. Have you ever done a keg stand before? Is that what keg stands
I
really
had
are?
done a keg stand before, but
Oh my god.
And
it's been a while.
Is it plank or are you supposed to actually be doing a headstand?
I don't know if that was
anything
proper
about them.
form.
you do a handstand.
Yeah, I don't think
Isn't that
it'll
what it is? You do the handstand on the side.
I know the person's supposed to bring your legs up
Yeah.
a little higher.
Yeah.
They're the
So
support.
Aaron slacked, obviously.
That was on him.
Did he keep that unitard?
Why do you want to know?
I'm just curious. It's
I
nice.
actually have no idea what he did with
I
it.
don't know what he did with it either.
Find it, Barbara. Find that unitard.
I'll find it.
Was
That
that a
would be a
hard
real
episode
Ken doll.
for you guys to do?
That was not the hardest.
I know which one is the hardest. I won't obviously mention it because it's an episode coming up. But
It's coming up later.
I remember like anytime Chris thinks about this episode or like sees a cut of this episode, he just like sits like, I can't watch this. And I'm like, you were there doing
Such
this. He's just
trauma.
like, it's just so. And, like I've never seen Chris cringe that hard and
get
like
that.
be so uncomfortable. With something
It's
that
weird
he
to
did.
listen to yourself or watch yourself in a recording alone, just that in itself,
Yeah.
and to watch you doing something that is so embarrassing and awful. I can only imagine watching it back like, oh God, I do this for my career. Like, this is my job.
Yeah,
I mean,
You
good on
I-
you.
like,
yeah.
you did inspire me though.
Yeah.
I took Bernie to yoga.
You did
Oh,
take
yeah?
Bernie to
I
yoga.
did. I took him to a yoga
how do you
class.
do? How do you do?
He did surprisingly well. So
Nice, Burns.
You guys are almost out of time, by the way.
No, we're going to talk about yoga. We have plenty
all
of
the
time.
time
we
we
have
need.
so much time.
Although we also do have the post show that we could talk about this on.
we do.
Post show, by the way, is a sponsor exclusive. So if you want to sign up for a 30-day free trial for sponsorship, you could do that and watch the post shows that we post. Just a little hint to that.
Fun nugget.
A nugget. I like,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
right.
good word.
You keep
So
it.
I mean,
keep it. It's yours.
do you want to talk about it now, or you want to talk about it on post show?
Fuck, I'll talk about it now. So I took Bernie to yoga. It was this weekend, and I'd been trying to talk him into it because he works out a lot. He's really dedicated. He gets up every morning.
He has a trainer, right?
And he goes to the gym.
I've seen him at the gym.
He
He
sees
goes
a
hard.
trainer a couple times a week, and he's got like he is super strong. He's very, very dedicated.
All right, enough about Bernie.
And yet, I go,
But apparently smaller than a tailpipe.
but smaller than a tailpipe. But I worry about his flexibility.
Yeah.
Like I'm a girl. I'm used to things like being able to like touch my toes.
Yep,
Or
I know
like
that
that's I have a relationship with my toes. I can feel them sometimes. And
There's someone out there on the internet who's just like, oh my
Yes.
God, it's happening.
Go on. Finally, my day has come.
and so I was like, you know what? Like I just started again like getting fit, like doing all that stuff, and yoga is I treat it as a weekly stretching session.
Yeah.
And so I talked Bernie into coming with me. And I'm really impressed that he went. He was probably expecting like keg stands and stuff. So thank
that
you
would've
for
been
that. That's
more
probably
fun,
what got
yeah.
him
Chili
there.
peppers and
Well,
stuff.
when doing prep for an episode of Social Disorder, we'll go to.
You guys went to
You
hot
did
yoga.
a yoga class?
They went to hot yoga.
No, we
That's
went to
hard,
yoga.
too.
We didn't realize it was hot yoga.
Oh,
there
my.
you go.
Okay,
Oh,
so was
fuck.
it hot yoga
Oh,
or
it
was
was
it
hot.
Bikram yoga?
Yeah, it was Bikram.
You went
yoga.
to you went to Bikram yoga.
But then
It's
you
really
were like
hard.
going to a normal
We
yoga
thought
class.
we didn't know. We just signed up for yoga, and it was an hour and a half
Oh
long.
my God.
You
I
jumped
know, it's-
straight to level 3 of TMNT
That's-
training right there.
Yeah,
Bikram yoga
Next is
is
mayonnaise on the
another
pizza.
level.
it was one of those things. It's an hour and a half long, and we're doing it, and at some point, I ran out of water. And I was stealing Aaron's water, and then he took it from me, and I was just like pouring it on my body, and I couldn't get up.
Apparently, you got up to get more water, but you almost fell over. So the instructor was like, "Let me do that for
Yeah,
you," and they took
she-
your water bottle.
I
and
got
filled it up.
no.
Holy
I was
crap.
like spinning. I was just like
Goddamn.
it was one of the, I wanted to leave the room, but I didn't know if I could leave without falling down, or also like I was like it
Go into
can't-
child's pose.
Oh my
That's
God.
the best recovery.
I was
Stay
laying
there.
flat on the ground. I'm not kidding. I couldn't move.
You were in like dead pose. That's it.
Dead
Yeah.
pose.
So for those
Corpse
who don't
pose.
know what Bikram specifically is, it's hot yoga. They heat the room up to about 105 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And then it's a series of 26 poses over the course of 90 minutes. It is
It kills you.
brutal. It's like
intense.
the militant arm
You should take
of yoga.
Bernie to that next.
Bernie.
I think that's a fantastic idea, but I also, I don't want to kill him.
If it was
I just like
45
to
minutes.
work him up to it.
If it was half the length that it was, because you go in and you're like, it's like a rainforest.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
been to a rainforest, but I've
I
been,
imagine
But
that's
it's
what
like
It's
a
definitely
rainforest.
like that.
Can't
I mean,
confirm.
it's
Very
like
humid.
it is that shower, like you just
Yeah.
Yeah,
inhale water.
Wait, one more time, Chris.
It's like you're walking through a dog's mouth as you go
Yeah.
to class.
It's
Like,
super humid. Like you get in there, and there is a little bit of like a smell to it because so many hot bodies have come through that room.
Yeah, they are.
By the end of those classes, there is just sweat running down you. There's something really smug about that, by the way. You get to the end of the class and there's sweat running down you, and you're like, yeah, fuck you, sweat.
I
water.
did that,
You're like that came out of me. It's not in me anymore. I've been like steam cleaned. But that's only after you survive. It mostly hits you on the way home. During it, you're like, I will die right now.
Yeah.
It is. It really was. It
It's
was
like any like
brutal.
intense exercise. Like I used to do spinning all the time, or like people call it cycling. But you feel like you're gonna throw up or
yeah.
pass out during it. But after you get to like the biggest runner's high.
Have you guys done P90X or Insanity or anything like that?
I've
done
done 3
some of
days
them.
of P90X, and then I was like, that's enough.
I did Insanity for a little
that a
bit.
giggle?
There's a
Yeah,
bird,
yeah. That was some giggling megaphone over there.
You said 3 days.
Jesus. I did a little bit of Insanity in college because I was trying to get back into shape. I did maybe like half of the program. And then I came back to college and Maggie and I were like, let's try this drunk. Just
no.
once.
At
Let's
the
give
time,
it a shot.
was you like tapping your clit?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I got swatted as I was trying to
tap in,
stretch.
tap out.
Yeah. We traded, but it was a horrible idea. Never, ever do Insanity drunk. It was terrible.
Oh my god.
Or just at all.
No,
period.
yeah, fuck it. Do some Billy Blanks.
Well, I think that's time for the podcast.
I'm really proud of Bernie. I'm
Bernie
proud
wants
of
to
you.
bring
You
something
did
else
great on your yoga. He knows downward dog, and he wants to be very clear that he's not a happy baby.
Can he
There
go
you
into Cobra from Downward Dog?
What?
Yeah.
Don't forget to talk about Laser Teeth.
Laser Team. Yes, thank you, Bernie. Thank you, Sidecar Bernie. Laser Team is
I like that
premiering
Bernie's
this
just
week.
an invisible force tonight.
I know. It's
He's a
kind of nice.
ghost.
So, Laser Team is premiering this Thursday at Fantastic Fest. It's the first ever screening of the movie, and like I can't believe it's happening.
Which I'm excited. I haven't seen any of it.
I haven't seen any of it either.
I saw an early cut. I'm excited to see what's going to happen now. Yeah.
There have been
seen
clips
some
of this
scenes.
released, so I think we could talk about it. But Lindsay, you and I were cheerleaders
Oh,
in
yeah.
that movie
Which
on
is very weird
probably
for
the
me.
coldest night in Austin, in the history of Austin.
Yes.
I don't know, but it was
Freezing our asses off. But we
Cheerleading
made it work.
uniforms.
It's cool. We were just like, just keep jumping, man. Just make it seem like you're really excited. The heat will warm us up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so I know a lot of backers who bought premiere tickets are going to
Mm.
be there. Some of Rooster Teeth's going to be there, and I'm sure you'll see a lot of us tweeting about it. And
I'm excited because I haven't seen it since we were working on the edit.
yeah,
But the edit that we did had all of our visual effects that we used for temp.
Yeah.
So like every time the laser would fire, we just kind of used different. So we had this one for the shield. I found a bath bead, and then
Okay,
used-
go on.
Does that
A
make
bath
sense? So it's like
bead?
like a bath
Like
and
a
body.
bath bomb?
Yeah, like a little bead. And so
I got
anyway,
you,
so we
boo.
just
Yeah,
used
like a- like
it's
a
all
bead.
temp effects to like show like, oh, here's a shield, here's a laser, and so it's just like this little ball, like think a marble just shooting out of the thing everywhere. So it's like it's very like lo-fi, and then like seeing it this week is
Yeah.
like, oh, this is like the
are
real
you excited
thing.
to like actually see it all come together?
Yeah. Well, because it's like we've seen like
Very excited.
like
I'm just like super proud of like everybody, like Matt Bernie, you guys, Michael, Gavin.
it's kind of crazy when you think about it. You're like, we have a movie premiere
movie.
on Thursday.
At
We're
Fantastic
premiering a
Fest.
movie. Yeah.
which
We
is
gotta
like
find
an incredible
clothes.
festival here in
Yeah.
Austin.
I should probably not wear jeans.
Yeah, I don't know what do you wear to a movie premiere?
I don't. Well, here's the thing. So we've been discussing this because at this moment, none of us know what to wear. Chris,
Right, Chris?
help us out.
You're the fashionista of the
Here's
group.
the-
Yeah,
it's a,
you
it's
tell
a
us if this is
comedy,
good or
so
not.
we don't want to go like
Let's go
Oscar's
shopping.
ball gown.
You're
also,
such a Samantha, Chris.
let's be honest, we don't have time to go Oscar's ball gown. Or totally nope. At this point, I figure if we do dresses, we're doing good, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking like cocktail dress.
I'm gonna Lady
Okay.
Gaga it and wear a meat dress. So if everyone's cool with that, it's fine.
So basically, you are the hors d'oeuvres.
yes, you can eat off of me. That's cool.
Yes.
I love
Go
it.
nuts.
And then
yes.
one more thing I want to make sure that we bring up before we end the podcast is also we're looking for audience members for Colton Dunn's new show, RTES, or Rooster Teeth Entertainment System. They're taping this Sunday, September 27th. I posted a journal on the Rooster Teeth website, So you can check that out right now. And pretty much it's a free taping. So if you live in Los Angeles or are
It's
going to
really
be in Los
funny,
Angeles.
too.
So it's LA
Yeah.
based.
LA based, yeah. So
If you're looking
check
for a
that
good
details.
laugh on an afternoon, check it out.
Colton, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
He's a funny dude.
He's so funny.
It's going to be awesome. So yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys want to hear what Twitter had to say?
Yeah.
What does Twitter,
What
have,
does Twitter
to
have to say,
They said
Bernie?
you screwed up something with Ed Hardy and Tom Hardy. That you were talking about Ed Hardy when you met.
I
you
was
say
so
Tom Hardy?
confused.
I was thinking of Tom
Yeah.
Hardy.
I was
okay.
so
I got
confused.
super
Yeah,
confused
I
too, but I
was
didn't want to
like-
say anything.
I thought Tom Hardy was cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, I didn't know he made clothes.
That's
That's
funny.
what I
Yeah.
thought. I was like, wait, he has a line of clothes. The reason I was confused is because I guess Ryan Seacrest has a line of like button-down shirts and stuff now. So I was like, I guess Tom Hardy does too, and they're weird.
It's funny
I
because I,
don't
think
know.
you
Hey,
brought up
Twitter-
the clothes,
yeah.
Lindsay, and I didn't even think twice about it. I'm just like, yeah, Hardy.
I thought
Yeah.
twice about it, but I was like, I don't.
Chris
what
is
do
like,
I know?
what's happening.
Clothes. I
I'm
was like, I
watching a
thought
little
Mad
secret
Max was
Twitter.
cool, but-
Do you like
Sometimes
this shirt?
beer
you
and
know enough about
champagne
clothes,
mixed
like, look at
together
that
and make you
shirt.
say crazy
Equals
shit.
Tom Hardy.
So, yeah.
Being the same person.
Also, a dude was banned from a playground for banging a slide.
I saw that
I
earlier
saw
today.
that. Okay,
Oh, I
there
did
have
see
been
that.
so many sexual deviances.
People said that was Ryan.
there was right
The slide
like,
guy.
like blank the slide guy
Jesus.
in this case. But
And
yeah,
clerks established that oral sex does not count as sex because you wouldn't count those people in the list of people that you've slept with.
I disagree. I
Bullshit,
count them
that's
all the
sex.
time.
Oh
It's-
yeah,
it
and I
has
guess
sex
you didn't
in the
lose your
name.
virginity, technically.
no,
yes.
that's like saying that
Deflower?
you didn't lose your virginity if you did it in the butt.
I feel like that's more intimate. It's like that dude's face or woman is in
Like
your
you
crotch.
put
Yeah.
put somebody
Like-
in you.
But
Okay.
Yeah.
no, but the butt is more
easy.
Okay.
It-
let's here's
Well-
Yes, yes. Go on, Chris. Yes.
But
Go ahead.
all right.
I'm in the Bernie chair. Go ahead.
So all right. Oral is like
Are
Yeah.
we sure we don't want to
All
say
right.
this for the
should
post show?
should we talk about this
Maybe.
on the post show?
Let's
Yeah,
say this for the
okay.
post
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Okay,
Post show.
because
Let's do
seriously,
it.
I think this can be a serious discussion.
We'll talk about the butt in a moment. All right. Well, thank you
But-
guys so much for
Yeah.
watching the
Oh my God.
podcast.
Long story short, Tom Hardy fine, Ed Hardy not fine.
Confirmed.
Okay, cool.
Well, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on Tuesday for Sports Ball at 5 p.m. Central. Wednesday at 4 o'clock for the patch. Thursday for the return of On the Spot is at 4 o'clock this week because of Laser Team premiering that night. And I think that's all for this week. And we'll see you next Monday for the podcast as well.
Cool.
Adieu.
When I was younger, I totally did wear Ed Hardy.
Love you.